What a play, play after play after play.
And there it is.
And she is taking over.
Love that.
He's got a lot of room to run.
The greatest conference in the country is showing out tonight, gentlemen.
Wow.
Home run.
That's number one on SportsCenter right there.
Daquan Davis into the paint, and he puts it in for a 2-point lead. Your WCAC champions. Thank you for being with us on another lovely day in the Washington, D.C. area. It's the weekend, so it must be raining, as Kevin Ricca says. On behalf of First Amendment Sports, I'd like to welcome everybody to St. John's College High School on Military Road, home of the Cadets. On their homecoming Saturday, they host the Bishop McNamara Mustangs as the real season, as we like to say, continues in the WCAC Capital Conference. I'm joined by Tim Strachan.
Looking forward to it. Not only homecoming, senior day. There's a lot of emotions. Moms are loving it. Crying. Dad's feeling proud. It's just, it's one of those days on a special fall. What couldn't be better than a WCAC matchup?
Kevin Ricca.
Yes, welcome to lovely Seattle, Washington, D.C. on another Saturday. And it is homecoming, and there's a buzz in town and in the parking lot, and it's a big day. You can hear the cowbells going, and, we need more cowbell.
We need more cowbell. Well, I'll tell you what, we have two teams, two-time defending champion Cadets. We got the 6-0 McNamara Mustangs on the field. We got some players to watch. Let's start with the away team. For Bishop McNamara, we saw these guys a couple weeks ago. The quarterback, Noah Miguel, he is a passer. He can run. He can hurt you with his arm. And McNamara got themselves a guy in the backfield with a head on his shoulders, and he's delivering the ball in a way we haven't seen out of Forestville in a little while. And the big man, straight out of Canada, Charles
Force
Fortin.
from the north.
He's big in Canada, as he likes to say. Number 26, Charles Fortin. The big man, number 8, Lugard Edepaye. We saw him on the basketball court. We've seen him on the football field. In both places, he's extremely tall, and he gets after it in a big way for Bishop McNamara. And then number 7, Dylan Newman, one of the heartbeats of this roster out of Forestville. He plays, I tell you what, he plays both ways.
I wouldn't mess with him.
And he plays hard.
Good idea, T.
Got bad intentions, I think, is what Coach Greg Calhoun said. And Coach Greg Calhoun, in his second season on the sidelines at Bishop McNamara, up from Alabama, he's got that program going in the right direction for the Mustang faithful.
Absolutely, he does. It's 6-0, and this is going to be their biggest test today.
On the home team side, we got Senior Day, guys. And this is what we do on Senior Day. We're going to give you the seniors. Now 44, Kevin. You're going to hear his name all day long, Monte Whedon.
Yes, he's got that tackling fuel. He tackled everyone last week, both sides of the field. He's a maniac.
The ground shook when he got introduced for Senior Day, didn't it?
And the two ball carriers, Dejon Riggs, Cinque Blunt, the two seniors that have been we got the sportsmanship clear. We'll finish out these seniors. Shamar McIntosh, senior corners, Rob Stewart joining him in that backfield. And I believe we're joined by at least 3 of these guys' parents sitting right here around us. We got to mind our P's and Q's, make sure we get these guys. But they've been showing up in every single game.
Well, so far so good because we got all of them on the screen, so we knocked that one out.
There we go. We're going to pause here, to finish out the sportsmanship creed. We got a prayer, an anthem, and then we got some ball to play.
Now please stand if you're able and remove your hats when I pray in prayer. Then remain standing for the presentation of colors. Let us remember that we are in the holy presence of God. Dear Lord, help me to play my very best during this game. Teach me to treat my fellow team members, coaches, officials, and opponents with respect and dignity. Challenge me to always do the best for my team and not necessarily for myself. Enlighten me to the powerful life lessons I will experience during this competition, win or lose. I ask all these things through Christ our Lord. Amen. St. John Baptist, bail us out. Live Jesus in our hearts. Please direct your attention to the right side of the St. John's sideline for the presentation of colors and the St. John's Cadet Corps color guard team. Today's team is led by Cadet Officer Sarah
And that is the voice of Curtis Cross, who brings it on a weekly basis out of the PA booth. If you're enjoying the tunes, you have Kurt to thank.
Kurt Cross will make you.
He will make you jump. That is a fact.
We're dating ourselves with that one.
Yeah, well, 30 years ago, I went to homecoming right in the building behind us.
It was the bomb back then, man, yeah.
And my jeans were not on backwards, but I definitely tried it.
Were you doing
took
the
a look
overalls
at it.
with one off?
One was up.
Yes.
You know how I roll. Sorry, buddy.
Well, we talked about it a little bit when we were covering some of these fine players. Coach Greg Calhoun has got the McNamara Mustangs at 6-0 for the first time, and really you got to really look back a long ways to find a 6-0 start out of McNamara Mustangs. Really got to hit this part of the season. We like to say there's no high school in the country who has a harder 4-week schedule to close out the season than Bishop McNamara Mustangs, and it all starts for them today as they were on a bye last week. And St. John's is, I'll tell you what, there's really no down years on Military Road. These players bring it every single season. And Coach Pat Ward, one of the best, most respected, most liked coaches in the league, he's got his guys ready to go.
He does. Senior day, and like T said earlier, the emotion right now, this opening kickoff, it's something else here. You know, you realize it might be the last time you ever play on this field. You know, there's no guarantees about the playoffs, especially in this conference. But yes, a huge day on the sidelines with the men wearing red.
How about good counsel taking down the Stags last night, putting themselves in first place?
In the driver's seat after 7 days.
In the driver's seat.
Here we go.
Ball's going to be returned. McNamara's going to take over.
Nice tackle.
Just outside the 15. We're going to be counting on Kurt in some cases because those McNamara jerseys on the far side of the field, those numbers are a little bit hard to make out in these old eyes.
You plain can't see them.
You can't see them.
Nope, it's really hard.
But 9 Noah Miguel, I'll tell you the easiest guy to find.
Edapaya?
Number 8.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Listen, Miguel's got to figure out a way. The last time we saw this team play, he just didn't give Edapaya enough of a chance to catch some 50-50 balls. He's got to give him opportunities to catch it.
Handoff. Going to be a gainer. Short gain. It's going to be about 2nd and 7 for the Mustangs.
D'Angelo Bowden and a host of other cadets in on that first tackle.
Quick throw out to the side. Got a completion. He's got some yards to run.
Look at him go. I believe that might have been Markel McFadden.
Number 11. That's going to be TJ
11.
Chambliss, the wide receiver running back. And that's something we
He's got some wheels.
Well, and hey, listen, you got to
get a hold, guys, of bringing it back.
Got to get the ball away from that front, that St. John's front. We've seen every team that's come to Military Road figure that out at some point of the game.
Yeah, I like the call. Get it, get it outside.
Yep.
Get a good completion. Gets a little bit of confidence in the quarterback, but the hold digs a huge hole for him.
Yeah.
And as we show the big boys, let's be clear, that hold was on a wide receiver, blocking out on the edge.
There you go. 2nd and long. Fortin going to try the edge.
Ooh.
And he'll fumble it.
Oh. Shamar McIntosh.
That was Shamar McIntosh, the senior.
Putting those shoulder pads to use, wasn't he?
McNamara fortunate that ball bounced out of bounds. 3rd and 12 for the Mustangs.
But that ball, he lost about 4 yards on the collision there because that ball did squirt out behind him.
3rd and 11. It's tough.
Five seconds on the play clock. Miguel waits for the snap.
I think they're going to get a timeout.
Yeah, good call by Coach Calhoun.
And the rain had let up before kickoff, and right during the anthem, it really picked back up, and now it's just a steady rainfall now.
I think this is a situation where you try to find Edapaya, right? You got to try to give him an opportunity to use his height and his athletic ability and his good hands. Basketball players got great hands. Just got to give him an opportunity. Those a couple of times, the last time we saw him a couple of weeks ago, ball was just out of reach. Even if you have to underthrow it, when you got somebody who's 6'7", you underthrow it a little bit. Give him the opportunity to get that ball.
And why not give him an opportunity? Because every Power 5 team in the last month of September and October has offered him. His recruitment has gone through the roof in the last 6 weeks.
But
he's going to have his opportunities.
You can't coach 6'7". That's just not possible.
And I believe they want him at D end.
I can see why, too.
Yeah, okay, yep. It looks like Roman Richardson has been drawing the assignment on number 8, listed at 6'2". He's not going to be much shorter than a lot of guys, except in this matchup.
Keep an eye on number 7 here coming off the edge, Tariq Boney.
Miguel looking to throw. He's going to – pocket will collapse, and he'll get the ball off.
Well, he said he wasn't out of the box.
Tariq Boney's got his hands up. He's worried they're going to get him for a personal foul.
No, it looks like the punt team's coming on.
Yep. You always like it when the DN has his hands up. Like, I didn't do it.
I didn't do anything.
I am innocent. And Tariq was innocent, as they call.
Intentional grounding is the call. Spot foul. Loss it down.
St. John's defense doing what we've seen them do all year with teams, just doing a great job of shutting down the running game, and that pass rush is relentless.
Yeah, Nanoa climbed the pocket, did the appropriate thing, but Tariq Boney did not stop fighting. Eventually got the hurry and got the QB hit.
Ball's down.
Now
he's going to get the safety.
What a smart play by the punter to fall on the ball.
Yeah.
It's 2 points, not 6.
That's right.
You know, that's the right thing to do on a bad snap on a rainy day.
I believe that was Jalen Higginbotham who recovered the bad snap in the end zone.
A little bit of a low snap. Was manageable, but it's raining. You're backed up.
2-0 ball game.
And St. John's had 11 men on the line of scrimmage there. There was no indeed. They were coming.
After 1 minute of play, 2-point lead. Just a layup.
That St. John's defense showing you their quickness, their physicality, the big hit, knocking the ball backwards, setting them up in 3rd and long and watching Tariq get home. It's what they do, and they put you in a bad position offensively. They speed you up with their quickness.
Higginbotham will tee it up.
It's a free kick.
Yeah, free kick.
Either one.
Kick is off. It'll be fielded at the 35-yard line. Picking his way through, Tyreek Powell, the freshman.
He had the opening kickoff hit, too. Really contributing on special teams today.
Well, he's a player. He's a dude. Yeah, he's showing up in his 9th grade year. I think we talked a little bit about it last week. Number 12 for St. John's has got a bright future here for the Cadets.
Yes, some of these young men are celebrating senior day. He's got about another 15 to 20 in him.
Yeah. Isaiah French alone in the backfield. Dejon Riggs will motion back to join him.
Nice to see Isaiah back healthy.
Riggs on 1st down. Makes a man miss.
And nice to see Riggs doing what he does best, which is carry that ball.
Isn't he a ton of fun to watch play football?
He's a great football player. You know, last week we saw he had to step in at quarterback to start the game and play the majority game there. Just not his natural position, but he makes plays no matter where he is on the field. Now he's at wide receiver.
C.K. Blunt in the backfield, number 5 for the Cadets, the senior running back. who loves to run it between the tackles, his dad said before the game. He's going to get a chance to do it right now.
And he's very good at it.
Yes, he is. Good second down gain to bring up third and about 1.
Not to take anything away from Blunt, but what a great hole, too.
Oh, yeah.
The big guys up front. That's the thing between McNamara and St. John's right now is certainly also on the depth, but they're going to be able to control that line of scrimmage for the most part today.
Brayon Williams and C.K. Blunt. And it'll be Brayon.
Well, I guess McNamara heard what I just said, and they just proved me wrong. They did some great job of getting penetration.
Yeah, Brayon tried to,
in the backfield,
bounce it out. And Dylan Newman, among others.
The 8-gap blitz causes the great cut to the outside by Brayon, but the edge was maintained. Excellent job.
And one of my favorite players for McNamara, Ben Chandler, that just listed as athlete. The kid is everywhere at all times. 4th
down and a long 3.
Running back out of the backfield.
The hard
changing
count.
The call.
Looking to get McNamara to jump.
1 second on the play clock. They got the last second timeout in.
Wasn't sure if they were just trying to get that penalty. I don't see them changing personnel here. So
no, they were going for it.
Yeah.
They wanted to run a play, but they just couldn't get it in time.
It looks like they tried to change it up
they
on
did.
the fly.
They did.
Yeah.
It looks like they were trying to audible and just couldn't get it all done. And very smart decision by Pat Ward to take the timeout, give your team a chance. It's 4th and 4. This is a manageable down for them. And you still have the option to throw or run here. It's not like it's a pass only.
On the field. And he's looking. He's going to be moving out to his right, chased by Adepaye. He'll shake off a tackle, and the ball looks like it hits the turf. It'll be incomplete. It'll bring up 4th and goal, and Coach Greg Calhoun.
Adepaye get in there, a lot of little pressure, and it's a scary throw when you're throwing across your body back into the middle of the field, but the ball just fell short.
No, there's a flag down. They called false start, but they'll decline that. It'll be, well, no, it's 4th down. French to throw. Steps up into the pocket. And he slides at
slides on the 4th down.
2. It'll be McNamara ball.
You got to sacrifice your body there for your team and try to get that ball in, but instead McNamara comes up with a huge goal line stand.
There might have been some confusion with what down it was there, because I'm not sure why Isaiah would have slid there.
I was even a little bit confused.
He has been hurt also. Let's also remember he did not play last week.
A head injury as well.
You don't want to put yourself in.
That's right.
In health danger.
I was a little bit thrown off at whether or not there was a penalty. They called the penalty, but I didn't see any flag, and then I didn't see the coach.
Well, we never get much explanation, so we're usually left up here guessing, and we're not very good at that.
No, we're not very smart. We're mostly eye candy. Now Noah Miguel, under center, false start on Bishop McNamara. This ball will move back a whole 1.5 yards. Run over to the left side. And he'll get the penalty back and then some.
I believe that was Fortin.
Fortin over the left. He runs hard.
He does run hard, and that gives you a little bit of room. Very successful play there, trying to just give yourself a little bit more room to operate here.
And Shamar McIntosh is flying around making hits all over the field to start this day.
7 minutes to go, 2-point lead for the Cadets. Second and about 6. Maybe 5 for the Mustangs. It's a handoff. They'll try to turn it up the middle, and there'll be a little bit of a push for positive yardage. It'll be a gain of about 1.5 yards. They'll bring up 3rd and short here.
Yeah, tackle all linebackers for St. John's. No one's getting through that second level there.
and the freshman, Josiah Ampofo. Big number 55. How about 55 and 99, Ray Arkilla, both freshmen out there, along with number 12, Tyreek Powell. You got 3 freshmen on the field.
Miguel tries the left side, and it's going to be close. We'll see where they mark him.
He may have marked
It's
him
4th
short.
down. Yeah, no, he did not make the line to gain.
Now, we can't see that far, but I thought the spot wasn't quite as generous as it could have been.
It didn't look like it from here. Nonetheless, 4th down. Once again, McNamara just putting themselves behind the chains and not able to give themselves, a manageable 3rd down to move it yet, and they have not gotten a 1st down yet.
Tight formation here for the Mustangs on 4th down.
They may have drawn St. John's off sides with a
There's so much confusion
strange
on the
for
field
they
right
were going
now.
to shift into a punt formation, and when they shifted, it looks like somebody on St. John's jumped.
They are going to call encroachment by the defense. It'll be 1st down Mustangs.
That's their first down. They're able to get it by a little bit of trickery.
Looking like they're going to go with the old quarterback shove play there for a second.
Exactly.
It's what
I don't know what they
looked
like. They were on a shift though back into a punt formation.
No, they were, but the initial look was that of a.
St. John's going man-to-man on the outside. Adepaye. Sam, you might want to throw me that ball.
2 wide receivers. Handoff goes inside, and there's just some
Whedon.
physicality. Short gain. 2nd down. Noah gets the snap. Another handoff. Around the right side. He got a couple yards to go. And Oshimi threw a couple tacklers, and that'll move the chains for Bishop McNamara.
Charles Fortin getting it done with the ball in his hand.
Well, they're also mixing it up. They're going up inside a little bit, but then bouncing it outside. Doing a good job of kind of keeping that St. John's front 4 guessing as to where they're going with that ball.
This is kind of weather for the big boys. Keeper. Noah. And that'll be a gain of about 8.
Interesting, McNamara's going with his double wide receiver stack look in the last 3 plays. You see they stack the wide receivers on both sides.
Trying to create some
really
space
trying to space,
in there.
stretch St. John's out.
Tariq Boney set the edge there and made the play. Team defense finished off. D'Angelo Bowden.
That was a finishing move. Lost yardage there for Bishop McNamara. Will bring up 3rd and 4. We come up on 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Plays coming in from the McNamara sideline. 13 seconds on the play clock. Miguel, quick out. He's got him in. And he'll fight his way forward.
He got it.
I think he got the yards. The referee, and there's a flag on the sideline.
Pink flag.
There's a pink flag on the sidelines, and we got a player down.
You seen a pink flag?
Breast cancer awareness.
Yeah, it's October. We'll get the call here from a second. It's right on the McNamara sideline. Probably in the neighborhood of unsportsmanlike. 15 yards is a lot of yards to have to give back on a day like today against St. John's. Dead ball foul. It's a warning on the sidelines, I believe. They're not.
It is going to be a 1st down. What great fight there at the end, finishing that runoff.
Yeah, that's how you go and get that 1st down.
It's 3 straight first downs for this McNamara team on this drive.
And doing it on the ground. That offensive line came to play today. Unfortunately, one of those young men is down right now.
I can't tell if it's 55 or not. All of these OLs are also DLs. It looks like Jeremiah Murray. If it's 55, able to walk it off. '65 would be Edlin Santillo. McNamara's offensive line depth will be tested here in the first quarter of this game. 3 wide receivers. Running back met in the backfield, lucky to get positive yardage.
Well, great second effort, too.
Josiah and Pofo came flying through the line there, showing some serious quickness.
2nd and 8. Again.
It was the same play, same motion.
Same number 55 in the backfield.
Yeah, Fortin's having to fight off tacklers in the backfield on a consistent
Well, what he's doing,
basis.
too, he's got to read, right? He sees his key. His key tells him, shoot the gap. He just shot the gap both times right in a row. Smart football players, too.
3rd and long here for the Mustangs. 4 wide receivers. See what kind of heat the Cadets bring here. Only showing 3. They'll bring 4. Miguel Keeper. And he'll pick up about 4 yards, but that'll bring up 4th down here for the Mustangs.
Showing some elusiveness, slippery there, getting a few extra yards, making it a more manageable 4th down if they choose to go, and it looks like they are.
They are going to go in their own territory.
Three wide to his right. 13 on the play clock. You get the sense there. Might hear a hard count here.
Yeah.
And there it is. 2 seconds on the play clock.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. St. John's was not going to fall for it.
Just under 2 minutes to go. We have a 2-0 game. All the points in this game scored in the first minute, all 2 of them, as McNamara couldn't handle a punt, snap, and Higginbotham fell on the ball in the end zone. And that scoring summary was brought to you by Kevin Ricca.
You nailed it, that John.
Shout out to Brad Ripito, who is not in the house today. He's watching us from home. We miss you. Something tells me you do not miss being out in this stuff, my friend.
No, you don't, Brad.
No.
You really don't.
No.
You really, really don't.
Happy we could bring it to you,
Yeah,
though.
without a doubt.
Well, you didn't bring me my breakfast sandwich, though. I'm really hurt about that.
That's because you didn't bring me my fish sandwich from Ken Harris at McNamara 3 weeks ago, and I will not forget.
Yeah, T. What's wrong with you? Punt, snap on the ground again, but there will be no play.
What happened there?
I don't know, but punt
Didn't look
team
like the
has
punter was even ready for the ball.
punt team's been an adventure so far today.
Coach Ford is kind of looking around like, does someone tell me what's going on out here? We'll try it again. Snap handled, and it's away. Good hang time. It'll bounce straight up. Oh, down at the 30. as it rolled right into a Mustang defender, Mason Samuels. And that's where we'll get started here. French back on the field, Blunt, Riggs, the usual suspects. Brayon Williams, again, T, all three running backs on the field. I mean, if you bring those players, you gotta have those three on the field at all times.
Just how versatile all three of them are, though.
Exactly.
Some are in the backfield, sometimes they're in the slots.
We already saw Brayon hit on a deep ball. Another timeout. I believe that's all the timeouts McNamara has to use in the first half.
Coach Calhoun saw something he didn't like.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he saw what we've been talking about, is the fact that they have three running backs in the game. All three can run routes. All three can also, run it from the backfield, but also in the sweep game, the jet sweep game, and take it from the wide receiver spot as well. I mean, there's so much you can do. You got to be very disciplined as a defense to know where that ball may be going.
All three of them, and especially the senior Dejon Riggs, who last week threw the ball, rushed the ball, had a reception, punted, made the Gatorade, brought the hot dogs up at halftime, and you know the rest. So that's a guy that's got to be paid attention to at all times.
Jason Woods, the senior wide receiver. You always got to keep your eye on him as well. I believe that's Reese Williams, number 13, the junior. Now he's wide. And there's the give. And he has some room. He finds the sideline, and he'll get pushed out of bounds. And it'll be St. John's ball in McNamara territory at about the 45-yard line.
I love the design of this play from the very beginning. The shift that we didn't get right before there, but the shift of that.
Who was that? Was that
give it to your
Hamilton, Adrian Hamilton?
And we're talking about the running backs, and then you just hand it off to a speedy wide receiver who can get the capture the edge.
You can do that when Adrian Hamilton can pull on the near side and make a play like he just did in open space. Wow.
Brayon Williams will move into the right slot. French will look to throw it. He'll find Dejon Riggs, and he's got some room to run. Makes some guys miss. Sheds off a tackler, and he's gone. St. John's touchdown as Riggs put some distance between himself and the defense after absorbing contact from multiple would-be tacklers.
And then he hit the turbo boost button and ejected into the secondary. He was gone.
I mean, hats off to Antoine Bailey right now for the design plays that he has right now. That's shifting, the getting the ball in the hands of your playmakers, and then having blockers out in front. I love the designs right now that Bailey's got on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, great job blocking out there by Brayon Williams, showing his versatility in the open field, freeing up on that kick-out block. Well-designed play.
Extra point attempt is good. 9-0 St. John's. Bova bringing the smoke-mobile, firing up this homecoming crowd. The rain has moved away for at least the moment.
It's misty.
It's a little misty. It ain't nothing dry out here. You can't stress that enough. 1:25 to go in the first quarter. 9-0 lead for the home team.
Dejon Riggs heading to Oregon, making the big play on senior day. That's got to feel good after getting caught down at the 1-inch line and not being able to punch it in.
He always has big plays every game that we cover for him.
As we watch the senior, number 85, Gavin Kennelly, kicking out here and maybe his final day. And he's been quite a weapon, kicking it through the end zone with regularity this season.
Yeah, I heard them announcing some of the places that he's been offered. Ball's going to be fielded at the 6-yard line. Out to the 25, up the sidelines. And McNamara will take over right around the 30-yard line. I believe that was Mason Samuels, number 1, unless it was TJ Chambliss with double 11.
That's the way to do it. Just say all the numbers.
I'm just going to say all the names, all the numbers.
You won't miss anybody. It's so frustrating to try and figure out these numbers. It really is. We want to say the right names for the families. We're doing the best we can, but as you can see, it's a struggle.
It's a struggle. The name we definitely need to say, Jeff Mancabelli, once again for hosting. The ball that
Juggled.
The handoff was juggled. No, everyone here at St. John's, led by Jeff Mancabelli, hosting us and treating everybody in attendance here so well.
Josiah Mpofo again, first
He's
to arrive. He is having a day, the freshman. He said it might be senior day, but I appreciate you seniors teaching me how to do it like this.
Yeah, McNamara doesn't make it any easier though by having a bobbled
or the
handoff, and they start behind the chains again.
Handoff over the left side, room to run. Be first down pickup. I believe that was Fortin.
He's a load
He
when
can
he
run
gets
that
downhill.
ball, eh?
He's a load. Yards after contact, he's going to be up there at the tops in the league.
He was up in Canada. They said he wanted to play American football. McNamara said, "Hey, we play that here."
McNamara in the diamond formation.
Once again,
another freshman, number 99, Ray Urquilla. Where do they find these guys in 8th grade, T-Bird?
What are they feeding them?
Lawrence
Good
Washington,
Lord.
very little chance there. He was met in the backfield.
Oh, the big man making a play with his hands and his quick feet.
And that'll do it after 1 quarter of play. St. John's Cadets 9, McNamara 0. We'll get started here. They won't have to walk too far. It'll be
one of the
second and long.
One of the big differences, Kevin, from back when we played is, there was weight limit football. So the bigger guys did not have a lot of experience when they were freshmen.
Yep.
Now that you have unlimited ball, it provides these bigger kids some experience. So now you have freshmen that are at a level or understand the game and have played enough that you can count on them to be in a game like this on the varsity level.
It's 100% correct, and it's the right thing.
Absolutely.
They got that figured out at the youth level because
I couldn't play my 8th grade because I was too heavy.
I know.
I gave up about 28 pounds no matter what pound ball level I played at. So I had the opposite problem. They were like, "Hey, you can play." I'm like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah, I had the choice of at 182 pounds in 8th grade to lose weight down to 115 if I wanted to play football.
Yeah.
That was the only way I was going to be allowed to.
That's
different
anyone
today.
can play. Is there? Can they run the ball?
Now,
they have to block?
they'll put a
red
one stripe or a double stripe, meaning
okay.
they can't just hand it to you like Fortin and say, "Get out there, buddy."
Right.
Good luck, everyone.
You have to play on the line. You have to play in between tackles. But still, gives bigger players the experience they didn't have when we were younger.
2nd and 12 for the Mustangs to get the second quarter started. Miguel, he's going to look to throw. He's giving it some air. And they'll call pass interference as the intended receiver.
He just didn't put any effort into the ball. Sort of face guarded him, and it looked awkward. So once it looks awkward, they're gonna throw it.
And you can see the game plan. Coach Calhoun pound the ball between the tackles, go max protect. There was only 2 out in the route right there. They came from that pistol diamond formation, and all 3 backs were in protection. 2 fades on the outside, take a shot.
Bryson Shelton was the intended receiver.
I love that he's talking us through.
Yeah.
If we could, obviously there's no mic, but I appreciate the official explaining himself. It's the first time we've seen that all season. Yeah. And nice job by the cameraman getting the shot there.
1st and 10. McNamara into St. John's territory. Nice move in the backfield, but Monte Whedon, among others, able to keep Lawrence Washington from the big gain. It'll be 2nd and 7. Fortin comes back in. Washington will take a seat.
McNamara staying in this diamond formation this entire series.
Fortin straight up the middle. That's a hard way to go about it. You got the pile moving in the right direction for McNamara, but it'll bring up third down.
But you made the right observation is that now McNamara is, whether it's just 2 yards, 3 yards, they're getting ahead of the chains. They're not putting themselves in deeper holes.
Yeah, it's no longer 3 yards in a cloud of dust. It's recycled tire pellets.
3rd and 4. Noah gets the snap. He's going to throw it, and he's got – is that Lugard?
Yes, it is.
Good
Big
football
target,
there.
yeah.
Great throw and catch. Excellent coverage, but Lugard came up with it. Sometimes offense wins.
Good scheme, too, going that diamond formation, pounding it up the middle, drawing that St. John's defense in to keep an eye on that, and then throwing a slant on the outside.
Right back and shovel it.
Nice move.
And Fortin makes a man miss, but the next 3 St. John's Cadets.
That's a great move by a big back.
Tariq Hayer was coming with bad intentions. Excellent football by McNamara. Executing their game plan to perfection on this drive.
But again, McNamara backfield is full of Cadets.
Speaking
on
of
most
the
plays.
backfield, I'm looking at Brayon Williams out here on the edge playing some defense, number 0 for the Cadets.
Handoff again, straight up the middle as Fortin is right at the stick.
McNamara's found a formula they like right now.
And they're going right back to the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 1.
Yeah, it'll be 3rd and, well, even less than that. I mean, it's Greg Calhoun is – okay, Greg Calhoun wanted them to snap it. St. John's was able to get a timeout off.
Yeah, McNamara wanted to get on the ball and run it against that personnel, and St. John's wanted to substitute. But since McNamara didn't, they don't have to wait. St. John's goes with the timeout to get the proper guys.
What an impressive counter punch by this McNamara team. Really packing it in. It's like, like you said, like three yards and a pound of pellets in your shoes. But, well-placed, timed play calls, too. Getting that St. John's defense really concentrating on that diamond formation where they got 2 lead backs. And they're pounding in there, and then you throw it outside to your big wide receiver. Just good forward momentum finally by this McNamara offense. It's found some sort of rhythm here.
Yeah, shout out to the McNamara offensive line. You can't do any of that stuff unless you're getting a push, and that's not easy against the beef on St. John's defense. But right now they're playing. And
maybe you're right, the pace, too. They don't have to if they don't substitute, then they don't have to wait. So wearing down that defense is so good, but after a while, they all get tired.
And Fortin, with just enough wiggle to shake guys off him in the backfield and get positive yards. We got 4 wide receivers, 2 stacked on either side. And then now the motion into the diamond. And that's going to be a problem.
That was a slow snap by the center.
Yeah. That's tough. You had less than a yard to go for a first down, and you give up 5.
Yeah, we were just talking about it. Maybe we jinxed them a little bit that they hadn't had any negative plays on this drive, and then they have a negative play at a very crucial point.
Well, I think you're blatantly discussing 4-down territory here with this call here.
Under 10 on the play clock. Miguel gets everyone situated. He's going to throw. He's getting moved out of the pocket. He's on the run. Shamar McIntosh almost had an interception as the ball fell right in front of him.
Miguel needs to throw that ball way out of bounds. Not even give anybody a chance, but like you said, Kevin, this is 4-down territory.
They went max protection again. 2 fades out there. I think you got to let that thing go and let your guy.
Interesting they don't have Etapaye out there, though, when they only go 2 wide receivers.
Looks like they're going to attempt a field goal.
They are.
It will be about a, let's see, 38-yard kick.
Rain has stopped a little bit, so maybe they're
they got to get this ball off. Yeah. That'll be no good.
A very promising drive by McNamara. Stalled.
That false start was killer.
Killer.
Third and short is you had it, and then St. John's will take over. Now in high school, I believe they're back at the line of scrimmage, right? They don't get the ball where the field goal was attempted.
Well, the ball went into
The end zone.
the end zone, so
Bring it
is
out
a
on the
touchback.
20.
Yeah, it's a
Gotcha.
touchback.
Okay.
You're comfortable with this? All right.
I'll allow it.
Talking about the bike shorts you're wearing today.
Yes. I'm not very comfortable, but you're
Did you get those from your dad's drawer?
I did.
I was coaching softball in 1983 before I came here today.
Strange choice for today.
French hits a receiver. It is
There he is
Dejon
again.
Riggs. He's working the sidelines. He's at the 50, 40, and he'll step out just inside the 40.
Last week's quarterback, this week's wide receiver. He just does whatever you need him to do, and he does it very well. Running a little snag route, and what a move to the outside. He's got hips and feet.
He's accounted for just about all the offense.
He's got knees and ankles too. Yeah.
Yeah, T, your analysis is spot on.
Look, your biology is incredible.
Yep, thank you.
Riggs over the left side. He'll pick up 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and
I
7.
saw a pink flag flying.
Oh, I did too.
We got holding on, I'm not going to say, on St. John's.
Holding on
but
St. John's.
First and 20.
A little choppy here in the first half. 9-0 game. Weird score. French looking to throw. He's going to move out to his left. He wants deep. He's got Brayon Williams with a step. Unable to connect.
Eyes downfield at all times, able to avoid the rush, buy some time. Nice to see number 6 back here in action.
Yeah, that is true. Good job to be able to extend the play, but I don't think anybody in the stadium gets more excited for a broken up play like that than Brayon Williams. He has some sort of knack for finding some room and deep on those plays.
Woods, Williams, and Williams on the right side for St. John's. And I think we're going to get a false start here. It looks like they're going to get Mustangs.
I think
Yep,
they got
encroachment.
Adepaye, yeah.
Offsides, neutral zone infraction on McNamara.
And that'll give some of those penalty yards back. Be 2nd and 15 now for the Cadets.
And here's a shot on these two running backs, and it's just a testament to how smart these young men are. When you're playing multiple positions like that, Brayon's playing some defense today. You need to bring your brains to practice all week long, and these guys get it done on and off the field.
Which is how many different positions they start off at. It's very impressive.
French to throw. He's moving out to his right. I think he was looking for Reese Williams, but Reese Williams was otherwise engaged in the defensive backfield.
You got a flag down.
Well, we know he was out of the pocket. That's for sure. Maybe ineligible man downfield. We'll see.
He's going to tell us. Ineligible.
That's tough for an offensive lineman. That play lasted forever, and you're almost expecting maybe the quarterback to tuck and run.
You're in no man's land.
Yeah.
You're just out there trying your best to make
That's
a play
right.
for the team. That's not a.
Well, we're 5 yards back, 5 yards up, 5 yards back. It remains 2nd and 20. Fresh to throw. Intended receiver was Jason Woods. Maybe a wet ball floated on him there. 3rd and long. Just inside McNamara territory here.
Again, we just see the penalty bug hurting both teams in terms of seizing any momentum offensively here.
French stepping up in the pocket. And he has got Dejon Riggs. And that's a first down for the Cadets.
I was going to say, once again, just good backyard football, right? And the play breaks down. French kind of gets out of the pocket. He's got his head upfield. And then Riggs is able to, find a little soft spot.
That's exactly what he did. He extended it. He went north instead of coming back because he was the inside guy and found his little spot in the zone.
But no panicking by anybody on the St. John's offensive. They just kind of figure it out. Come on with a huge play.
Brayon Williams in the backfield for the Cadets. Woods in motion, and he'll get the handoff. He's over the left side. And he'll be stopped for a 1-yard loss.
There.
Yeah, great pursuit.
Looked like maybe Dylan Newman on the tackle.
From the safety position. Check out that top safety. And then he just runs downhill.
That's right. 2nd and 11. Riggs, he's looking to throw to Brayon Williams. Ball's on the ground.
Ball's loose.
And
that's going to be recovered by McNamara as Brayon Williams went airborne.
Jason Adams coming up with the recovery. Cool play here.
Very cool design play. This just catch it, run it. He goes airborne, and as he went airborne, that ball got popped out as he was coming down. Just you can't protect it when you're up in the air like that.
Well, he also had it on the inside hand. He only had one hand on it. So I think Coach Ward's going to get that straightened out here on the sidelines and send the defense out there to try and take care of business.
Long field as Mustangs take over on their own 19.
Good hard physical tackle there, causing the ball to get loose too. That's a big time recovery.
Miguel, handoff. Believe that's Lawrence Washington. We'll get a double check on that.
Yeah, I noticed he was mostly that back, that far back in the backfield.
The difference in this McNamara team so far from McNamara teams we've covered in the past is their physicality.
Yep.
It's jumping out. They're not making yards by accident. They're earning every single one of them. They're lining up right now and saying, here we come. Stop it.
$10 on the play clock. 9 Noah to throw. He wants it all. And they gave it a shot.
Is that a flag in the backfield?
Excellent coverage by the senior Rob Stewart, who we highlighted in previous games. Got the job of covering Lugard. Not an easy task, but he was up for it on 2nd down.
I can't tell. Is that a flag?
Yeah, there's a flag on the ground. They're talking about it.
Maybe roughing the passer?
He definitely took a hit. He stepped up, and the pressure was bearing down on him. But he switched it.
Oh, it's on.
Ineligible. And roughing the passer.
And roughing the passer. It's going to offset.
Okay. Play that down again. It never happened.
Never happened.
Do-over. Again, interesting they're not going with the 6'7" Edipaye on the deep balls.
Three wide right for the Mustangs. And right away, once again,
D'Angelo Bowden. We've said his name a bunch. We'll say it a bunch more. He comes off that edge quick. Took the inside
Oh,
route.
yeah, you see that move. Nice.
Loss there for the Mustangs, and they're back where they started on the 19. 3rd and 10. Lugard.
I think you said,
Update on the
throw
play.
me
Throw
the
it
ball.
high.
Put it up. And Shamar McIntosh is on that one. Nainoa, he gets flushed out of the pocket.
Never even had a chance to set up.
4th down. Punt team comes on. Dejon Riggs will stand.
This rain really
At
coming
his
down
50.
now.
I would not punt the ball to 3 here.
Definitely not.
He's got 3 plays of over 50 yards on the day.
I mean, that punt never had a chance. Picked up, scoop,
Tariq
and
Hayer.
score. Tariq Hayer with a touchdown. And the defense putting points on the board for the Cadets.
The punt team has been very,
Yep.
very
I said adventurous.
adventurous for the McNamara Mustangs today.
Who got there? Was that
Only
Monte
points, really.
Whedon?
It was Monte
Of course
Whedon.
it was Monte Whedon with the assist to Tariq Hayer for 6.
The snap to the punter has been tough for the Mustangs so far today. And the slightest bobble against, Monte Whedon coming at you.
We talked about his hands, but you see the holder is here. Brayon
Brayon.
Williams.
Kick is up.
That's
And it is
essentially
good.
that's essentially 9 points. That's accounted, for either the St. John's punt return team or
Team's
or
points.
team's points,
Yeah.
or McNamara having some just mishaps on the punt team that has led to 9 points for the Cadets. That's tough.
Yeah.
When you're already an underdog, and those are the points that you're giving up, you're really making it difficult for yourself.
And when the game plan is ground and pound and,
Yeah.
and take a deep shot here and there, you don't want to be down 2 possessions, and that's what the case is.
9 points on the
But
board
really,
for the
only
Cadet defense.
only a 2-possession ball game at this point still.
Coach Mike Ward outscoring his the other side right now.
Well, the game we did earlier in the season, they had 3 touchdowns, that defense, and the offense had 3, so I'm sure that there was a little trash talking going on between old Antoine and Michael. And then you got a good look there with that shot of the senior Gavin Kennelly out there. He's got a cast on that left hand all the way up to the thumb, but he's not missing senior day. He's a nephew of the Batista family. Willie Batista came up and said hello.
how
Shout
about
out to that family. I got to coach him, and a great friend to this day of myself, my brother John David, and our family. Awesome
Short
to see
kick.
the family in the house today. Wow.
86.
I'm telling you, Obagu just playing.
Oh, 88. Now it makes sense.
Yes.
Shameless.
When one of the biggest guys running down the field, it looks like one of the fastest guys. You got to look it up, and he comes from good line, good bloodlines. His dad played at the University of Maryland, played in the NFL for a stint. Best known as the first Under Armour model.
Mustangs starting inside their own 20 for second straight drive. Miguel with a give. Up the middle. Not much there. Maybe a yard and a half. Brayon Williams in on that tackle.
He's everywhere. He's holding. He's catching passes up the sidelines. He's making tackles.
The fact he's the holder, too, is great.
It really is. It really is.
That's hilarious.
We could say D'Angelo Bone's name again, obviously. He was involved there.
It's like you need a job done. Brayon will do it.
Exactly.
Brayon will get it done.
2nd and 9. 4.5 minutes to go in the half. St. John's brings the heat. Ball in the air. It's going deep to Lugard. And just overthrew him. But would you rather that ball, overthrown or underthrown?
I would have rather have thrown that ball 5 yards short to a 6'7" wide receiver
Well,
than 4 yards too far.
I'm going to say with Shamar McIntosh bearing down, coming with this help
Not
over
easy.
the top, and the way he's been laying the wood with those shoulder pads today, yeah, it might have been a good thing that ball wasn't where it was supposed to be.
French to throw.
Nice ball.
He had a wide
It
open
was
receiver,
perfect.
unable to haul it in.
He dropped that in there exactly where it needed to be thrown. Everything
Would have been a
tough
first
catch
down,
today.
too.
Yeah, it was a nice play.
He's had a double slant on the outside. The inside one was wide open. Huge missed opportunity right there for the Mustangs.
And now we got punting. Dejan's back there.
Snap is good. Punt almost blocked. Punt is away, though.
Yep. No, that's a flag. It's not going to be enough for a first, but unless it's personal foul.
Ball is downed at the 47. St. John's 47.
We're going to get a roughing the passer. I don't know what kind we're going to get. If it's the 5
like it's
yard.
Yeah, it looks like it's running into the kicker, 5-yard variety.
5 yards. You know, we've been known to give the refs a hard time up here in the booth, but they're on it today.
They're doing a good job.
This gentleman right here runs a tight ship, and I appreciate it.
No hat tosses yet, though.
He looks too good in that white hat, man.
True.
He's not throwing that on the wet ground.
I can't believe that McNamara is going to re-kick it. But their punt team is out there. They're going to re-kick it.
I don't know about this one, too.
It's an interesting strategy, Cotton.
I don't know how much better you're going to get. That was a pretty good punt.
I think
it-
we're-
Yes, here we go. Defense coming out. Yes.
There you go.
I think
That's a smart decision.
They were waiting.
Decline it.
The radios are wired, and they were waiting to hear what T had to say. And
Well, just call them balls and strikes.
the referee is getting a little smile out of it as the communication from the sideline. I think one guy was using the Coast Guard signs, and the other guy was using the Army signs. So I don't know. I thought decline was the same in all forms of sign language.
I mean, the ref's real good, but I'm not sure. Did he go over there and say, "Sir, I don't think you want to go punt that."
Might just consider not punting it again.
It's just a tough day for it. That's all. We're not.
It's windy. It's rainy. It's inside handoff.
Excellent football play. Big number 58. Oh man.
Oh, Zach Betts.
Well, Zach Betts has 9 sacks in 6 games, so he's familiar with the tackles for loss statistic.
The senior. That's a player Coach Calhoun told us all about. He said that's a program guy. You want all the kids to look at what he's doing. He's the kind of player that Coach Calhoun said every college wants to have a guy like Zach Betts. Right up the middle, Cinque Blunt. That's a foul. That's going to be helmet on helmet at the end there.
It is, and it was.
It was, yep. Looked like Markel McFadden at the very end. Helped him up, but it's going to cost him some yards. Now they're going to
Marking it off on St. John's.
It's going to be holding on St. John's. Now I thought it was a little. I didn't think it was intentional, but it looked like that's what it was. They're going to get holding on the Cadets. It's going to be tough field position here, as it'll be 2nd and 20 plus. I think we'll call it 2nd and 22 for the Cadets. The flag really came in at the tackle.
It was a late flag.
This rain, this on again, off again rain, it's got to be tough.
It won't let up.
I hate it.
French to throw.
Nice throw.
it's just tough out there. As Reese Williams, he gets a taste of, 3 minutes to go here. Third and long. French out to the side to Brown Williams, and he can't bring it in.
Once again, the St. John's offense just has a big negative play, can't overcome it, and this Mustangs defense does a great job of not letting them get things going.
We'll get a look at Avi Patel. He'll be back to punt for the first time today for the Cadets. McNamara deep back.
Uh-oh.
That ball is blocked.
Punt team adventures.
It just seems like the timing's off for both
is.
sides. I don't know.
It is.
It's got to be the weather's playing some sort of factor in that.
That's a slippery pigskin, and the last 3 plays, it's been
it's
been a factor.
We got that was the fumble recovered and then fumbled is what the
Right.
discussion is.
Exactly, Ken.
And it all happened behind the player, so we weren't able to see it. Coach Pat Ward is indicating he thinks McNamara recovered it and then fumbled it.
Which would be
Which would be first down Cadets. As both coaches now looking on.
If there was a clear change
Right.
in possession.
That's right. And that was one of those
That would
blocks.
be a huge blow to this Mustang team.
Sure, it would be some
if
of the
this
better
ends
field
up being
position.
a first down for St. John's, because
Yeah, they had him. They had him deep. But I didn't get a number on who got back to block that punt, but he got right into the punter. It's going to be McNamara ball, as they're going to rule there was no clear change of possession. It'd be more impressive if someone was able to recover that ball. No one's been able to catch it. No one's been able to catch a snap or anything. If you're able to catch you're able to pick up a greased ball in the field.
It is greased.
That'd be almost the more impressive part of anything. So we got
best field position of the starting field position
that's
of
right.
the day.
Bryson Shelton to the left. Lugard out to the right. 3 backs with 9 Noah. 1st and 10. Fortin is met immediately.
Tariq Boney.
Tariq Boney. McNamara going in the wrong direction.
The problem is they've been going with the same sort of package, and it seems like St. John's is starting to figure it out.
Well, West
Shooting those
Virginia,
gaps.
Maryland, Boston College, Charlotte, East Carolina, they figured out about
They
Tariq
figured
Boney
it
as
out.
well. Yeah, yeah, that guy's a baller.
2nd and 14. And they'll change up that formation. Miguel with the run, and he'll lose a yard, so that'll technically be a sack.
D'Angelo Bowden recording the sack there, and he's been making plays in the backfield all day. Get a shot at, we're looking at big 66 in this offensive line. I tell you what, man, Charles Johnson is quite the force in the middle of that McNamara offensive line.
Absolutely.
And they've had a great day today so far.
Mustangs are going to have to put this ball in the air.
St. John's starting to show a lot of pressure here.
And I know it's not going to have a lot of
They're
time to
gonna
do
bring
it. And just absolutely nowhere to work, nowhere to operate.
The
It's
quickness.
Tyreek Powell off the edge.
They just know that when it's 3rd and 15, they can bring all the pressure they want, knowing that Miguel is just not going to have any time to even set up and throw a fade.
He didn't have time to catch this. Watch
No.
the timed blitz here off the edge.
Look at the outside. Look at that, untouched.
Timeout on the field. St. John's uses their last timeout. Everyone has used all their timeouts. It's been a long first half.
And we have a punt team
It's still
scenario.
first half.
It's still the first half. Yeah, we're
A little old school here.
Yeah, Curtis is
Kurt.
mixing it up. And we got a chance to say thank you to our guy, Adrian Black, on the Wheels of Steel for us today, directing us in this through this stormy adventure. Appreciate it, Adrian.
Harlan and Brendan on the cameras. You know what? I mean, I feel like we have had some bad weather days, but by and large, most days have been sunny and gorgeous in our history
you
of doing
took
this.
off on the
the Ophelia game.
Okay, you left it for me and Kevin to take care of
You guys,
on our own.
And I'm sorry for leaving you out of the British literature portion of the First
No, it's
Amendment
not
football
I
season.
remember. I was listening.
That's
T
it, man.
singing Simon and Garfunkel. You're quoting Shakespeare. It was quite the event.
We said never get up to wash your face. You know what I'm saying?
That is a fact. 4th and long. Offense stays on the field for the Mustangs.
Why not?
Tyreek Powell, he's going to stay put on the outside. Miguel, he's moving to his right. He gets rid of the ball, and that's a catch, but it's not going to be enough for a first down. St. John's will take over 1st and 10 at their 35.
Seriously, not a huge difference from what their punting situations have been. So why not take the shot?
Also log it. I mean, McNamara has had some open receivers today when Miguel's had a second or two to think and operate. Any positive play, when they can go in at halftime and look at, good for Coach Calhoun. Brayon Williams at the bottom of your screen there, singled up. French moving that way.
Yeah.
And he was looking for Brayon. Incomplete. Jason Adams with the coverage.
Yeah, he's having a good day. He had the fumble recovery earlier. He's been tight in coverage.
Number 2, Javaris Lassiter for the Mustangs, a little shaken up.
Yeah, I noticed that. He's a solid player for this Mustangs defense.
He's a big guy. Coach Calhoun talked about him. He's kind of coming into his own this year. And that's probably the story with a lot of these McNamara. With a program like the Mustangs have, it's on the rise, but getting a lot of these young players some experience. You talk about young players. We talked about it last week. Neither offensive line or defensive line for St. John's has a senior on it.
No, sir.
That's kind of ridiculous.
They got 2 freshmen playing the tackle spots today.
Mustang defensive front.
Yeah, forcing a 3rd and long. McNamara's defensive front doing a great job up front.
Blue guard. These defensive ends in the WCAC. We had Darian Mayo last week. French to pass. Dejon Riggs can't corral it. It'll be 4th and 10. Coach Pat Ward with a decision to make.
Was also going to be well short of the downs anyway.
Offense stays on the field. It's 4th and 9.
Neither coach wants to go to the punt.
Well, no one can catch this ball, so I don't know how you can snap it. It's
4 wide receivers. Looks like Blunt in the backfield.
Pooch punt.
Mustangs. Yep, pooch punt.
and he's
Well
been great at
executed.
it all year.
He really has.
And it gets a St. John's bounce.
I bet he's one of the leaders of the league in
No
the
doubt.
punts.
No doubt about it.
He's got to be.
It's very effective play. You got no one back. You're essentially just gaining field position yards with no negative impact. That's especially if you have a guy that can do it like Isaiah.
And another long field with 30 seconds to go in the half. McNamara getting started on their own 12.
I think this might be a kneel and get out of here scenario. Deep in your own territory with that ball the way it is.
Yep. Nobody can stop the clock. And it's a run up the middle. Physical. Scrum at the end. It'll be a first down gain for McNamara. They want to get to the line of scrimmage quickly. Looked like Fortin with the carry. It's hard to miss. Kind of bounces off people. Miguel to throw. He was out to his right, and he throws it right into the hands of Tyreek Powell. Touchdown, St. John's. As a freshman.
I think Miguel really was trying to just get rid of that ball, and he put the ball in play. You got to put that ball out of play.
And
this is a huge mistake.
He was trying to. You're right. He was trying to get rid of that ball before the pass rush got to him.
Defensive backs just putting points up on the boards like
right.
running backs out here.
That's the third score of the game for this defense. Safety and 2 touches. The extra point attempt on the way.
What a hold.
Good hold. Brayon Williams.
Oh, man.
Doing his best Tress Way impersonation.
I doubt that Brayon has ever been compared to Tress Way before today.
23-0, 4 seconds to go in this half.
That last play, just a dagger.
I said kneel and get out, and I'm a bit conservative, but just the way the game's been going, and you don't want to second guess a guy.
Or just run it out again, you know?
This is as well coached a McNamara situation as we've seen. We're up here for a reason. But man.
Bova might run out of smoke bombs before the end of this game.
Something tells me he's got something in reserve.
He's bought him. He went to Costco.
Yeah, prayers up for the camera gear that got trampled last week. That was a tough one.
Squib kick. Fielded at the 20. And that'll do it for the first half. St. John's on homecoming Saturday with a 23-0 lead over the Bishop McNamara Mustangs. We'll be back with second half action after this.
Are you out? Broadcast out? Broadcast out.
Got about a minute and a half. Get things started. McNamara already back on the field. Warming up for a second half. It'll see them down 23-0. Story of the first half of this game has been St. John's defense, as they scored 2 touchdowns and a safety to stake their claim as being the baddest guys on the field. And they've been in the backfield of the McNamara Mustangs all day long. It's a wily one out here, joined by Kevin, Ricca, and Tim Strachan. It's continuing to rain. It's not raining off and on. It's raining hard off and on.
The story of the first half is avoid punting the ball. Whichever team you are, those have been the most exciting plays of the day. 16 points right now scored by the St. John's defense or special teams has been a huge factor in this game.
We've been covering this team this year. I think that's the 6th defensive touchdown we've covered. And I know that because it's been raining for all of them, and it won't go away. And this is Irish coffee weather. You know what I mean, Ken?
It is. It very much is. And they put some time back on the clock. Put some time back on the clock for this halftime. We'll see 2.5 now to go as the referees are going to let St. John's get loose. It's senior day. It's homecoming. It's still the weather hasn't dampened the spirit of the people here. There's folks from Forestville, obviously the St. John's faithful in the house. Everyone with smiles on their face. It's WCAC football at its finest. We talk, you've heard the three of us from this very spot at St. John's now for a few years, and the WCAC is so much stronger this year because of what Coach Greg Calhoun has been able to do for Bishop McNamara. When McNamara is good and getting back better, the top 5, that Capital Conference, becomes even that much more special. And they're down 23-0, but Kevin, you made the comment, they're bringing a lot more size and speed than we've seen in the maroon and gold for the last couple of years. Few years going back.
Yeah, and it's nothing against a few years back. This team is as physical a McNamara team as we've seen since we started covering things. The score right now is not indicative of how tight that first half was, and it's because those big boys up front on that offensive line for Coach Calhoun are getting some work done in the trenches against a formidable foe here in the St. John's Cadets defense. They got some running backs that go downhill, and I really like what I'm seeing out of this program right now, Ken. You can see why they come into this game 6-0 with a bunch of steam.
McNamara kind of reminds me of like a Maryland in the Big Ten, right? They've got really good athletes. They've got speed. They got guys who can do things with the ball. They got a pretty good line, but then the depth becomes a problem a little bit. A lot of the front offensive line is also going 2 ways and playing on the defensive line. At Abaye, I keep saying, why aren't they throwing him the ball? I got to remember, he's going every single play on the defensive end side of the ball. So, the depth is just not there. They've got the athletes. They just got to cut down on some of these huge mistakes that are getting them in holes that they're just not able to climb out of.
Yeah, Nainoa Miguel with a couple unforced errors. They're to close it out, which is tough in this weather. Nothing's coming easy. On the other side of the ball, we said his name already. When his defense plays the way they did, we talk about Coach Mike Ward and the preparation that he puts in. This defense, St. John's, has really been the strength of the team all season long. They're nasty, they're physical, they're fast, they're disciplined, all at the same time, and it shows, each week. And even against Good Counsel last week, and Good Counsel might very well be the class of this conference this year. Even against them, the St. John's defense still stood out in the way that they play ball.
Yeah, so physical, so quick. And Good Counsel has, as we mentioned earlier, put themselves in the driver's seat 7 days into this league season. They're 2-0 with victories over the Cadets and the Stags, and there's no better place to be heading into this portion of the year than where they're at right now.
That's
so
right.
Everyone is gunning for them, and there's a reason why. They are loaded.
Yeah, the WCAC, in some way, shape, or form, the title will go through only one way or another.
That home field advantage that they've essentially locked up. It's not 100%, but I think they know that there will be a playoff game in Olney this year. Maybe we should get on that, sir.
Yeah, come on. Love to be out there. In
We would love nothing more. Let's not be, we're not ashamed to say it, than to show up in Olney, Maryland, and cover whatever that game that is.
My wife doesn't want me home on a Friday night. You kidding me?
I agree about her and mine as well.
I think the coolest thing about this weather is that it just feels right. Like there's nothing. It's not. I mean, except for maybe Kevin.
Maybe it feels
it
right
doesn't
to you.
hurt.
Kevin's in his bike shorts, so I don't know what he was
true.
thinking.
Yeah, well, I feel like I played in that Good Counsel DeMatha game last night. first pair of pants I saw in the drawer.
A double overtime, just exhaustive. It was a great game.
I know it's just football weather.
You've got two quarterbacks on either side of you who absolutely despise playing football in this weather.
Yeah, it sucks, Ken.
Hey, it looks great though. Second half is underway. Jason Woods will make his way to the 30-yard line, where the Cadets will take over 1st and 10.
There's some dudes playing physical out there. That was a huge collision right there. And another thing, McNamara, their team speed and quickness overall. You can see on special teams, they're not putting guys out there that are backups. They got guys flying around, making plays. This is a different program. Been a lot of meetings today.
A lot of conference meetings.
Official meetings.
There it is. Great job. Pat strenuously objects to something, but they've come away with a better understanding. Christmas cards will be exchanged in the coming months. Isaiah French to get things started here for St. John's. Brayon Williams out to the right. Inside pass. Great catch and run. Miles McAfee.
Couldn't wait to say that name today. Found out this week, T and Ken, Miles Scrap McAfee is a cousin of Mark Galliard, my teammate here,
Wow.
T and I's teammate at Maplewood, growing up together. One of our dearest and nearest friends. He's family to another cadet who led the nation and has the all-time leading rushing record, single season, broke Barry Sanders' record. Mark Galliard, a superstar cadet and a great guy, man. Shout out to Mark. Can't wait to talk to you, my man.
Cinque Blunt, team tackle.
And while I'm at it, Miles McAfee, another member of that elite freshman class they have here at St. John's. Number 17 is going to be a stud. When you see him run a route, you have no idea why he's only in 9th grade. He's a polished guy, and that's an art that's learned over time. He's been God-given with a tremendous amount of ability. He's going to have a heck of a career here on Military Road.
And smart to let French throw it right away. Just like everybody else, ball comes out of the locker room dry. It's only going to it's only going to get soaked from here on out. Riggs over the right side. He's got some room.
Nice
And he'll be brought
tackle.
down. And then we got a flag on the field.
Big collision there. We'll see what the outcome is. We got another holding call out on a receiver here, I think, trying to make an extra block.
Good vision by Riggs, but look at this play defensively. I would say that was Richardson. Can't see the number.
Yeah, it's torture trying to find these numbers out. So it's a big penalty there.
It's a big penalty.
They said holding.
Had to be holding.
Spot foul. So
Spot foul,
it had to be not on a wide out making a block. I take that back.
2nd and 21. French the throw. Riggs on the sidelines. And he'll step out. It'll be a gain of about 3.5, 4 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and long. And we're on schedule to hear T talk about them being behind schedule. Another offense behind the sticks.
It's an important part of the game. You got to win on 1st and 2nd down to give yourself manageable 3rd downs. It's just not a high percentage thing if you're constantly faced with 3rd and 15.
French to throw. Oh, he's under pressure. And he'll be brought down in the backfield, and that's a sack for McNamara as the defense comes out of the halftime.
Trent Taylor and Kendrick Young combining for the sack.
Defensive line.
Great job by the defensive backs, too, not giving him anywhere to go with the ball. And then just not being able to step up into the pocket either. The most exciting of the play, situations of the day, the punt formation.
We got a timeout on the field. Is this a McNamara timeout?
No, that was a St. John's timeout,
Okay.
I believe.
Well, McNamara used all 3 of their timeouts super early in the first half. But that is a St. John's timeout. You're right, T. Kurt goes straight, awesome 80s out of the gate in the second half. I like it.
Well, we need it as Coach Calhoun and Coach Ward are extending this game with timeouts tremendously effectively.
You'd hate to say it, it'd be a must, but I think that this is a must-score situation for McNamara to make this a game at all, if they can find a way to get back into it.
If you're Coach Calhoun, you're down 23-0. Hey, we got 2 quarters. You're telling the team 2 quarters to show them who we are. Dejon Riggs, that punt will get blocked.
Oh, my God.
Newman.
Scoop. No scoop
Gotta
yet.
try to pick it up.
The scoop is, and the ball's back on the ground, and it'll be recovered by
That was
Tyreek
a
Powell.
total change of-
First down, St. John's.
Wow.
We thought we'd seen enough on punt team, and that was the craziest punt team play of the day. What's happening out here?
It's very mind-boggling.
This was a greased watermelon. No one could pick it up.
I was looking. There's a scoop.
This is the
Clear
same
change.
situation. It's going to be first down.
I tell you what,
John's.
And Tyreek Powell, the freshman, was Johnny on the spot.
They're going to talk about it some more now. If we can, if Adrian, if you can hear us, if we can look at that one more time.
There was a clear possession.
There was a clear
by
possession
the McNamara
change?
player. He bobbled it.
He
After
did bobble it.
possessed
Okay,
it.
Here we go. No, this isn't it. This
No,
is the
this
play
isn't it.
before. We might not have it in the bank. That's a great. Now here you go. Yeah,
You got the
that
block,
was it.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, so here's the scoop. Not a scoop. He picks it up.
Scoop.
See
That is
that?
clear possession,
Yeah.
and then he drops it. He did not get hit.
No,
No.
he bobbled it. I'm telling you.
Good
Did
job,
he have
Adrian.
it long enough?
Good job, Adrian.
There's going to be wincing on either sidelines on 3rd and long when they say punt team. Let's get ready.
I mean, you don't see those kind of plays in any game, much less twice in one game, where there's a discussion of whether there was an actual, change of possession within play.
Well, no one's expecting anyone to possess this ball. That's the problem. Like you have to. It's like there's no way. I mean, if anyone is able to corral it,
Even when something good for McNamara goes right, it goes wrong in the end.
I think the guy who blocked that punt was the most
It was
surprised
Newman.
player on the field.
It was
It was Dylan Newman. He got there and he had no. He was like, wait, I think I'm about to block
Because
this.
Dejon started to run for a second.
did
Yes,
look like
yes.
he was gonna run.
There was a lot of moving parts there.
I can't wait till the next punt, guys.
I'm with you, T.
I've never been so excited in my life.
First down. Short gain. Gain of about 3 yards.
That looked like
Yeah, we got
Jalen
hurt.
Higginbotham at the
And an injured
in the
Mustang.
middle of that play. Oh, no.
He was holding his knee.
Yeah, it looks like Trent Taylor down there. Hopefully he's okay. They'll get him looked at.
Look at Antoine Bailey with the backpack on. I told you, he's got all the secrets in there. Always got a backpack
Always got a
on.
backpack on.
Well, today you need a couple towels, some H2O. You got a lot of things you got to carry.
A sandwich.
Yeah, that'd be a good.
I would have a sandwich in there.
I need a sandwich.
I know you do. Since
I
when do you-
always need a sandwich.
Exactly.
You had me at sandwich. Keep our eye on.
See the run BLC on the back of that there. It's run at all times, body language, and compete. That's the mantra here at St. John's this year, but I didn't know you could put the mantra on the back of a helmet these days. Saying a prayer here for number 19, Trent Taylor, and hopefully this isn't as bad as
Well, it looks like they're helping him up.
Could be. There we go.
Oh, that's just great to see.
Yes, get him up. See if we can walk off here. All right.
That's great.
Yeah, that
He wants his helmet.
looks good.
That's that's don't take my helmet. He wants it. That's the oldest move in the book, right?
Yep. He
Don't-
knew right away.
Yeah, don't let him hide.
He
Don't let
knew
him hide
right
your
away.
helmet.
Second down.
All right, second and about 8 here. Cadets on their own 11-yard line. Riggs in the backfield. 3 wide receivers. The French's right. Riggs gets the carry. And he's going to power his way forward for a gain of about 4 yards. Good gain there, considering he was met at the line of scrimmage by 3 Mustangs.
Higginbotham again. He's in a lot of the action today.
Yeah.
I appreciate the tight screen here with the amazing camera work. We can actually read
Another
the numbers.
two-way player,
Big
too.
Rocco Gilbert.
Yep.
3rd and 4.5. Jason Woods. All right, it's going to be a run. And it's
And
going to
he's
be at
short.
the sticks as
He is definitely short.
Blunt is going to bring up 4th and 1. And then, we got a flag. We'll see what it is. We'll get a sign here. There we go. Great camera work. It's going to be a shift, I believe, but we'll see what he says.
Looks like a legal motion. Yeah.
Now, what's Coach Calhoun going to do?
Well, it's 4th and inches.
It'll be 4th and inches. He wants to. He's going to back him up. It's probably. You probably
Let's
think
get
that
to a punt.
Pat Ward's going for it on 4th and an inch.
I'm getting nervous.
Yeah. Ball and 9-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 10. Brayon Williams, Dejon Riggs out to the right. Reese Williams, Jason Woods on the left. French to throw. Had a little bit of time. Jason just didn't. The route didn't develop all the way to his left. Jason Woods, the intended receiver. And at 4th and 10,
Yep, get your popcorn.
the most exciting play in football.
Punt time.
From deep in their own territory. Bunty. I mean, if you've been watching with us all day today, it's been crazy. I've never seen so many points scored.
I don't think it's raining at this
At the
exact
moment, at the moment,
misting maybe.
nothing really coming down hard. McNamara respecting the possibility of a fake. Kick is away, and it's a good one. Fair catch called for.
We had a regular old punt, guys. Look at that.
That was the most boring punt
Yeah.
of the day. But good field position for the Mustangs.
Excellent snap, punt, everything worked there. That's what you work on all year. There we go. I thought there might be a little injury there, but not. Just a shoestring untied.
Mustangs will take over at the Cadet 45. Down 23 points. This offense needs to go to work.
Yeah, something they need to have some type of spark here to catch the fire. You gotta if there's something in that playbook, maybe a little trick, maybe a little double pass, a little something. It might be time right now to bust it open
before it starts raining again. Now there's just all kinds of movement.
Yeah, that wasn't
everybody. I think I was moving early on that play.
Yeah, just getting ready to say, can't have any unforced errors. Put yourself behind. And yet here they do it. First play.
First and long. 1st and 15. Fortin trying the middle. He'll get back about 4.5 of those penalty yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 11.
But that's a huge play if you're not already behind the sticks. Then you're looking at 2nd and 6. But instead you're looking at 2nd and 11.
And we're looking at a freshman putting on a show today in the stat column, number 55, Josiah Mpofo. I'm telling you what.
He didn't look anything like a freshman.
Oh, man.
Quick throw out to the side, and there's just no – be careful. I don't know if they're going to call that backwards or not.
Incomplete.
Incomplete pass. No.
Everyone appreciates your caution there, though.
Everyone.
Be careful.
Be careful, guys. 3rd and 11. As the Mustang passing game just has not been successful today.
The slant fade game that they've tried to tap into.
4 wide receivers for Miguel. And I think they're going to get
we got movement on the left slot there.
It's going to back them up further. Be 3rd and 16, and now they've worked their way back into their own territory.
And this is a tough spot to be in. I know it's T's favorite.
Oh. Well, you try to use maybe the rush against you if they're going to, to your advantage if they're going to bring some pressure. It looks like maybe they're not going to bring it, but we haven't seen any screens today. St. John's looking like they're going to play a pretty basic defense here. Nope,
they bring the heat. Ball's in the air. Lugard's not looking for it. Call a flag.
And we got a pass interference.
Because that ball was thrown inside and he had no path to make an adjustment to the ball, they're going to throw this flag.
Pass interference on the defense. They'll mark it off. 15 yards.
Yes,
they needed 16 for a first down. It will be an automatic first, but no, it will not.
No, it will not. Because in high school, it's not a spot
That's
foul.
right.
It's 15 yards.
So it'll be 3rd and 1. Fortin in the backfield. McNamara looking to move the sticks. St. John's brings 6.
Speed option.
Quarterback pushes his way forward, and the McNamara Mustangs with a first down, and now they're driving at the 27-yard line. Noah.
You just look out there and see your guy Zach Betts out there just fighting the good fight on both sides of the ball. Playing offensive line against these guys and then turning around and doing it the other way. That was a heck of a block there to free up.
Quan Thomas in motion with Fortin, and he has nothing.
Whedon.
As Monte Whedon drops him for a loss on the play. And there's going to be a flag at the end of it. We'll see who it's on. Whoever it's on, it's a rough 15 yards to either get or give up. Either way. This is going to be offsetting penalties. Dead ball, it'll be
maybe a little chirping on both sides.
2nd and 13. Noah moving to his right. Looking to throw. He's got a wide receiver who was turning into a defensive back as Monte Whedon had a beat on it. That was Ben Chandler, the intended receiver for the Mustangs.
Closing speed by Whedon on that was unbelievable.
I know. He is a dude.
He had a wide open receiver, and then Whedon just closes the gap here at the very end.
Ben Chandler playing some defense there, saving his quarterback from another interception. Yeah, Whedon was playing on the other side. Linebacker, and he got there quick, fast, and in a hurry. Bunch formation wide right for the Mustangs. In the air for Lugard. And that ball is picked up by Brayon Williams. He went about as high as you can go. I mean, he was up there with
Brayon Williams doing it in the backfield like that.
He was up
It's
there
a
with
flag.
We
I
do
think
have a flag down.
They're going to call pass interference. And it's not on Brayon who went up for the ball. It's on the DB who was underneath the play. I think they're going to call it on him.
I'm not sure about that one.
Pass interference on the defense. Now this 15-yard penalty will pick up a first down, as it was 3rd and 13.
How many different positions is Williams going to line up in?
It's amazing.
He's in safety right now. He's usually up near the line of scrimmage.
By the way, look at this. He caught that. Brayon caught that ball.
You got to let them. You got to let them play out there. The last 2 calls, I don't know if either of them combined into B1, but in this league, these guys are allowed to be physical. That's a technical foul, but not in this league.
Fortin up the middle. He'll fight his way inside the 10 on first down. Good gain for the Mustangs, as it'll bring up 2nd and about 4. And McNamara will get right back to the line of scrimmage. They got Lugard on the short side. Let's see if this is fade territory. No, this is a keeper territory. Now I know with the first down carry, with a carry good for a first down for the Mustangs, it'll be 1st and goal.
Cool call there. I love it. Spread the field wide, put trips to the right, get Lugard freed up, and then run to the weak side, because down here with the quickness of this St. John's defense, this field has shrunk tremendously, and finishing against these guys is a problem. Excellent call by Coach Calhoun.
1st and goal from the 5.
Yeah, I mean 5 yards against this defense might as well be 50.
I didn't see who took that timeout.
It's because
I believe it was McNamara.
Bell Biv DeVoe kicked in, and it always, it's, you know, you know what not to trust. That's all I'm going to say. 2 things you can never trust.
You can never trust.
No.
I must warn you.
I've always appreciated Bell Biv DeVoe's guidance and leadership.
They never steer you wrong.
So it was a St. John's.
East Coast family.
It was a St. John's timeout.
Now you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe this one was played on homecoming 30 years ago. And while I'm talking about it, if you're out there listening today and you see Vinnie Morin, just say this: Happy 30th, King, because he was homecoming king.
Oh, wow.
1993, years ago. So just walk up to him, say Happy Homecoming King, pinch him on the cheek, and then report back to me, because it's going to be remarkable to hear how this turns out.
He still wears that crown, by the way.
He certainly
Did he
does.
bully everybody to make him king?
I think he made his own crown that year.
Once again, 3 wide to the right, and they're getting wider as we speak. Lugard on the short side of the field. Fortin with both of his feet firmly planted on the 10-yard line. It's going to be another keeper. And he'll power his way in. Now Noah Miguel.
That's an excellent run there.
He was held up at first, and he made a second effort, spun off of it, and was able to get the huge score for the Mustangs.
He's slippery in there. He
This
found
was a
little
must
crease.
score.
It was. That was a big, big deal there. Got a little Jim Zorn swinging gate action formulating.
Little swing back.
They're going to need 2-point conversions, but they don't need one yet. I'd say don't go for them until you absolutely have to.
High snap. Handled. Kick is up and good. Special teams comes through for the Mustangs as they get 7 points on the board. 23-7 game.
Helped out by a few penalties, but
helped out immensely.
A huge opportunity for them to get on the board and get a little confidence in themselves. Defensively, they've been playing very well today.
This is a different McNamara Mustang program. It really is, and you can see it out there. you talked about the depth, and that's not going to get fixed this
Right.
year. But you can see what direction Coach Calhoun has them headed. It's cool to see, man. We all know that we've grown up. You never, ever, ever wanted to go out to Forestville. It was just a tough place to go play. It really was. That home crowd, that vibe out there was always tremendous. And, man, it has to have been all year long. It's been so cool. I wish I was out there, but I'm going to get out there this year before too long.
Yeah, we're out there for McNamara's homecoming as they beat Carroll. Pooch kick would be called fair catch. Now,
Smart
that'll be a
play
flag.
by not touching it.
That's right. I was going to say, it almost looked like he did, but that's Kai Connolly. We're good to see him back on the field. So he limped off a few plays ago. And the rain's back.
It's back.
It's back. St. John's will get the ball at the 35.
Weird place to put the ball there, right?
It's a bad spot. It's a rough. It's a tough spot for.
You're starting off at 10 yards and 3 inches.
Jason Woods, wide right, bunch formation inside. French and shotgun. Dejon Riggs with a handoff, and he gets through the defensive line.
What a hit!
And I believe we're going to get some targeting there.
I don't know. I think it was thrown before. I think it was in the air before the collision. And
it is going to be holding on St. John's.
yes,
No,
it's on this side of the field, the same guy.
I mean, everybody who's wearing a helmet and shoulder pads is bringing every ounce of their being to every hit that we're seeing. See, I was actually going to say it too. I was actually going to say we would see these offenses moving in the right direction, and I didn't say it. Riggs, up the middle. I'm sorry, that's Cinquet Blunt, and he powers his way for an 8-yard gain on first down. It'll be 2nd and 12. He's so powerful.
He really is. The senior with offers from Alabama A&M, Toledo, and Charlotte. It feels like he's been playing ball here on Military Road for a long, long time, and his brand of ball is welcomed right where he's at. He's as tough as it comes in between the tackles.
Quick throw out to Dejon Riggs, and he works the sidelines, and he's through the tacklers. Shoestring tackle at the end as Dylan Newman saved a touchdown.
How? There was no space for that.
I was going to say the same thing on that last play where they had the hold. How does he find seams?
How?
He finds a way to get through and slip through so many tackles.
Look at that. That's sick.
On a tight sidelines, too. That was all Riggs.
Yeah, that was special. Even Brahan said, hey, man, how'd you do that?
That was pretty good.
Nice run, man.
1st and 10. From 1st and 20, they convert. 4.5 to go here in the third quarter. Brahan moving out to the right. Ball's on the ground.
And it's McNamara
ball. Is that Lugard picking it up? Still fighting for it. No, that's not Lugard. That's 58.
That's the big boy. He's played
That's Zach Betts.
Yes, it is.
Deservedly so, too.
He's a dog. There's no doubt about it. And he's been playing every snap today out here with everything he's got.
And he just stays right on the field.
Yes, he does.
Exactly. Go the other way.
Hey, it stops you from having to jog on and off, and that can add up.
Well, and Coach Calhoun said at the beginning of the season, he's like, "I'll tell you straight up." He's like, "We didn't have an offensive line to start this season. We didn't know who we were going to put out there, how it was going to work." And they went to Zach and they said, "Hey, man, we need you." And he said he changed his number. He changed his practice style. He said, "I'm an offensive lineman now. That's what I'm going to do that because that's what the team needs." And of course, head coach hears that, and he's going to love you forever. And Fortin makes a couple guys miss. It's
Great
slippery
cut.
out there, but
it's a great cut.
he's got that. I hate to make comparisons. He's just elusive enough in the backfield. and you know, and then all of a sudden and then he brings the bruising part of it at the end. He's slippery.
He is slippery, as is Ampofo.
Yes.
He keeps penetrating to the backfield. This guy's making his presence felt in the
All
stat
day.
column.
All day
He's
long.
been everywhere, man.
Second and 9.
This is a huge, huge drive for both sides, for both teams here. 2-possession game.
Quick throw. Lugard can't bring it in.
I think he wanted to go before he caught the ball.
He did.
Classic, you know, just inexperience. You want to get going before you actually secure that ball. Third and medium would have been way better than 3rd and 9. Now St. John's knows this is most likely going to be in the air, and they're going to bring some pressure usually.
Now Noah, quick throw out. And there's nothing there.
Rob
As
Stewart
Rob Stewart.
says, I watch film. I watch tape. I've been here 4 years. It's senior day. There's plays to be made, and I'm going to make them.
Got
Bring it
Proud
up, 4th
Papa
and
right
10.
here to my right.
They've got nothing on 19 today.
And we've seen it all day long.
Look at the recognition.
We got a timeout on the field.
The
and it's gonna
closing
be
speed there.
St. John's takes their 3rd timeout.
the first player. I mean, Stewart was the first player there. He doesn't miss many tackles to begin with, but we've seen it all day long. You make if you're able to get past the first guy, you know there was a chance that they could have got 10 yards there. But man, what a sound tackle with the hit.
Yeah. He throws his body around. He's not afraid.
McNamara looking to bust loose. With 3 minutes to go in the third.
I caught
I
that.
think I'm looking at a. Well, you better have caught it. I was going to say, I think we're looking at a punt team scenario. I thought perhaps they go for it on 4th, and
Tyreek Powell in the back, deep, sitting on St. John's 10-yard line.
Brayon Williams on punt return, just in case anyone noticed.
How many guys are wearing number 0? I feel like this got it. Oh, it's a direct snap to the up guy. He's got some room to run.
Oh, and he
I
came
don't
short.
think he got it.
He came up a yard short. I'm right on the line.
Yeah.
They're going to call him out of bounds. It's going to be a turnover on downs.
You had to think this was coming. St. John's plays safe. They did not rush it.
First down, St. John's at their own 38. It was there for a second, and then it wasn't.
I'm sure he's going to be told you got to sell yourself out that last yard.
Riggs in the backfield. Miles McAfee on the near side hash. Singled up.
Getting a high dose of Riggs here.
Yes, it is.
Riggs right up the middle. And he'll pick up 3 yards on first down.
Now St. John's just needs to use that clock to their own advantage. Keep the ball on the ground, keep the clock running, keep the ball out of the hands of McNamara.
I think you're right, T. Pitch to Riggs, working on the right side.
Now that was a hit.
Zach Betts, I believe.
Number 6, Ben Chandler.
Ben
came
Chandler on it as
flying
well.
Up.
Was it Ben Chandler with the initial hit?
Yes,
Okay.
it was. Yeah, it was.
He's one good-looking football player.
I tell you what, we saw him on the basketball court, and you know how Marty Keithline rolls out with 4 6'2" guards, and then a guy like Lugard to polish it off. They look big on the basketball court, and you put helmet and pads on them, and Ben Chandler looks the part of the ATH.
Yes, he does.
3rd and 10. French, swing pass, out to Blunt.
What? He delivered quite the blow right there.
Now, DeQuan Thomas made the tackle, but he got his money's worth from Blunt.
He did.
Cinque Blunt does not get cheated in the collision department.
No, that is. I think both coaches will be proud of that play on film this week.
And it's noted that Zach Betts actually isn't playing this play.
He's getting a play off?
He's got to get a blow once in a while.
It's punt, guys.
What
Snap off the ground. Punter on the ground. And
was that he put that back in his stance.
there's so much going on
He put
there.
it back in his stance, and he trapped the 9-iron there. That was a nice, it pulled back a little bit on the 30-yard line. What's going on out here?
It is amazing.
He pinched it.
McNamara is going to have decent field position. They'll start things off at their own 30. They were stuck well inside the 20, multiple drives in the second quarter, so they're just happy not to be in the shadow of the goalposts.
And if you ask Coach Calhoun if there's a minute to go in the third quarter and you're in a 2-possession game against the Cadets with the ball in hand, would you take that? I think he takes that all day long.
Well, let's be honest. They have not been in this position in a long time. At this point, the games usually have been out of hand.
Pitch to Fortin, and he's just kind of bruising his way forward.
He really is, and what an excellent play by the freshman out there, Tyreek Powell. He maintained the edge, fought back, and got in on the tackle, and that's the guy you want at the point of collision.
Everybody's just playing big.
Watch him here. He forces the ball back inside, then gets in on the hit, and finishing off the play, Rob Stewart getting himself in another tackle.
A lot of hard hats and lunch pails on the field today. Noah, give, up the middle. Fortin again, and I believe he'll have enough for the first down.
He does.
They'll move the chains. When there's a Ray or Kia.
Agbagu's down.
I believe it's 99, but we'll see.
Oh, you're right.
The freshman doesn't look like a freshman.
No, but
hopefully he's okay.
I hope he is okay. I will say this game all day long has been moving in, 3 plays at a time, then we break. It's almost like there's no rhythm.
It's choppy. It's been choppy from the beginning. Right out of the gate, the safety just kind of throws you off just a little bit. I mean, not if you're a St. John's, fan or defender, but that a 2-0 score just kind of looks weird, and then everything, the flow of it's matched the weather. It's this rain's been moving in and out, off and on. One thing that has been consistent throughout the entire game is both of these teams have been laying the wood on each other for 3 whole quarters.
That's a fact. This has been a physical game. Yeah, it really has.
And McNamara, it's honestly one of their most successful drives has been when they've gone to that diamond formation, pounded it up the middle, and opened up from time to time some opportunistic, passing lanes. They've had 2 back-to-back successful plays here, and see if they can't keep that momentum going.
And man, come on, we're just
St. John's cannot afford to lose one of their stalwarts up there on the defensive line.
No, when you start 2 freshman D tackles in the WCAC, we just hope he's okay. Ray or Killer, we got
under his own power here. Nice and easy. That's good.
There you go.
That's good news.
All right.
He's been stout at the point of attack all day.
I think McNamara's going to continue with that, just pounding it up the middle right here, see what they can get.
Why not? Charles Fortin, once he gets started, you're not getting any negative yards. You got to catch him before he gets downhill.
Without just naming, comparing him to any kind of a name guy, it just looks like I'm watching a running back from like the 50s or 60s. He just kind of yeoman-like. Just a workman-like effort.
Zonka,
Sure. Well, I mean, again,
workhorse.
Nainoa. McNamara spreading it out. 4 wide receivers. Nainoa wants some more space. 1st and 10. Clock moving. And he wanted some more space for Fortin as he works the left side.
The effort there. Oh, man, Tariq Boney just making plays all over the place. This sophomore, look at his body type. He's a dude. What an effort there. That was going to
Marcus
be a big,
Ogbogu also.
Yes, coming from the backside,
Yeah,
hustling.
All the way.
Yes, he was.
A three-yard gain, bringing up 2nd and 7. That's going to do it for the third quarter. Mustangs unable to get one last playoff, and after 3 quarters, hey, it's 23-7. St. John's has had their way, especially on defense against the McNamara Mustangs. 1 quarter to go with McNamara on the drive. I'll tell you, it's been entertaining. If you love football, you love what these kids are doing up and down the field. They're not shying away from contact, and they've made it what the WCAC is all about, which is, hey, it's a 2-possession game coming down the stretch.
Yeah.
We talked about it in the past. This game usually is out of hand by the fourth
right.
quarter. Hats off to this McNamara team, especially like the Zach Betts, who are going both ways in a very physical game and keeping it still within some striking distance as the fourth quarter starts, with it only being a 2-possession game.
Yeah, we knew this coming in. None of us thought this wasn't going to be this way.
Correct.
And that's because of where McNamara's come. And once again, Greg Calhoun, I mean, if you're going to do it, you got to do it the right way.
Yeah.
And run the ball and play defense is the right way. And getting those big, beefy guys and convincing some of them to play O-line and go both ways.
That's right. And 4 quarters, we talked about the depth. We talked about where when you're building a program, where it hurts you the most in those early years, going against a team like St. John's and Good Counsel and DeMatha. It's 4 quarters of two-way, against a deeper bench on the other side, and it's a lot of heart coming out of Forestville. As they got 4 wide again. Miguel with the snap, looking to throw. He's going deep. That's going to be offensive pass interference, I believe. We'll see if they're calling an interception. They're going to say they initially ruled.
Yeah, I don't know if he caught that. That was. I mean, he gave it an effort. I think the ball might have hit the ground.
I believe that was Ben Chandler, and you might call offensive PI here because the defender had the best chance.
PI.
There's no other call.
There's no other call. And, he's fortunate that it was not caught.
If you can use your back to interfere with the offensive player, I don't understand what the discussion could possibly be.
I think the discussion is, did he catch it?
Yeah.
I don't think he caught it.
They
I think
ruled.
it fell a little short.
I'm done with the meetings. Guys.
There's a lot of meetings.
There's so many meetings.
So many. Now, look, they're going to say, looks like they're going to rule that he caught the ball. Who was that? They're going to call that, was that Julian Jones? I believe it was Julian Jones.
100%.
The sophomore.
Now we're having a meeting about a meeting. I'm just not a meetings guy.
Like,
Now they're trying to figure out where the ball is going to be.
Adrian, do we have a look at that? If we, I don't know
if the very end of that play.
We may or may not be able to get another shot at this one, as the ref's going to give.
Offensive pass interference,
here we go.
Going to be St. John's football. Let's take a look at it.
It's the farthest away the ball can be. Now here we go. It's Julian Jones. Okay. That was the bank. The instant. You know what? It looked like he caught it based on the instant replay that we saw.
It doesn't matter anymore because they said he did. And
yep,
that's
right.
what matters.
And it was a pass interference that St. John's has declined.
Yes.
Yep.
They got it right. Maybe these meetings are useful.
I don't know. Maybe some emails.
I mean, they're not just figuring out tonight's plans. I don't think
they are
working.
If they're responsible, they're doing it right.
Run with space. Cinque into the defensive backfield with a first down carry for first down yardage.
And the 7-10 split on the end of that.
Great vision.
He just bounces off.
Watch his vision and his scoot to the right here. Right there.
Yep. Shoulder squared. That's textbook.
Guards getting to the second level right away. Linebackers locked up. No chance.
As the O-line checks the wristband for the call from Coach Bailey.
I know safeties grow big in the WCAC, but when you got Cinque Blunt barreling down the center of the field, and here's Riggs working the left side, and he's got some space. And he'll get a 9-yard gain on first down. And St. John's moving the ball now. We got a flag on the field.
This is so many flags and meetings.
It's going to go against St. John's, and that'll bring back a nice run by Dejan. It looks like, yep, 10 yards. Holding call to be 1st and 20. Both these offenses have just had to overcome so many
penalties been a big factor in today's game for
yardage
for both offenses.
These guys got pink flags, and they're not afraid to throw them.
4 wideouts, 3 wideouts, but the give up the middle. Riggs, and he's got room to run, and he's at the 40, 30, and he'll step out at about the 29-yard line.
He glides
just
to
like
the
that.
defense.
Just like that.
So smoothly.
And he's been chunky all day, just big gains through the air and on the ground. Dejan Talley Rhodes, the freshman.
French checking the play clock. He's going to milk it all the way down to the end before he snaps it.
Riggs making a man miss. Hey, there's a flag on the field. I don't know. Sometimes I'm wondering if they just accidentally dropped those flags. I mean, that flag.
No, it's purposeful.
Did he forget to pick it up after the last play?
They just want us to sit in the rain for as long as possible on a Saturday.
That's holding again on St. John's. And you're right, Dejan is so smooth. He almost looks like he's stopping, but he's not.
He did on that one.
I mean, his eyes are up, and he's picking his way forward. Just another in a long line of gifted runners.
And the guy calling the plays into the huddle might be the most gifted of all time here at St. John's. We mentioned that last week.
Yep.
I mean, some of the most recent running backs, right? You got McDonald and Littleton at Maryland who are having successful years. You got Keenan Robinson, who's actually doing some
Robinson
things
at Texas.
down at
doing
Texas.
some work.
I mean,
Jamar Curtis.
Yep.
Doing his thing in the Patriot League, having a huge year.
French to throw. And he finds Jason Woods in the middle of the field.
Nice move.
Great tackle, because if that tackle's not made, the story's different.
It's a touchdown. It's a touchdown-saving tackle. Woods would have been on the move.
Jailbreak screen, one of my favorite calls. Love this play. Look at the pursuit.
Using the defensive line's ability to get in the backfield against him. Second and 12. French waiting for the play. 10 on the play clock. Handoff up the middle. Riggs will fight his way forward for positive yards. Good gain. Picked up about 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 6.5, 7 yards for the Cadets. Ball sitting at about the 26-yard line. Rain is nowhere to be seen at this point in time.
And that clock just keeps on ticking for St. John's.
Yeah, this is a must-stop for the Mustangs. You can't give up any more points, and you need this ball back. Another handoff. Ball's on the ground. Scooped up by McNamara. It'll be McNamara ball.
They heard you, Ken.
That was Mustang to Mustang. That was you just.
Jaden Heyman getting some positive momentum there. Getting pushed by his teammates.
This is exactly what McNamara needed.
Got a player down for St. John's. We'll see how he's. Hopefully, they'll get him checked out. Big momentum changer, though, between the whistles.
I mean, I agree with you, Ken. It was almost a must, not only for the stop, but to get that ball back. This was probably going to be 4-down territory for St. John's.
Without a doubt.
For no reason other than just keeping that clock running. But to come up with a huge turnover at this spot and pretty decent field position.
And that's good news. As the offensive lineman, Jordan Harrison, the good-looking sophomore offensive lineman, is able to get off under his own power. I tell you what, if you're in this league, the window to take advantage of the youthfulness of the line here in Military Road is closing quickly because they're growing up right in front of us. They're good now, and they got years to go. All right, 8.5 minutes to go here in the game. 2-possession ball game. McNamara with the ball, 1st and 10.
Another must-score opportunity here for the Mustangs.
Miguel. Oh, that was almost a tip drill as Adepaye put that ball high in the air, and I can't tell. Oh, Ben Chandler.
Got to make this catch.
Ben Chandler almost got the volleyball set. Just couldn't get the spike. As we see it again. He went high. There it is. There's the set.
Yeah, that would have been a hell of a catch.
For a regular-sized wide receiver, they wouldn't have even gotten the hands on the ball. But
2nd and 10. Nainoa looking to throw. Up in the pocket. He climbs. He turns into a runner. And he'll pick up about 4.5 yards.
Oh, great play.
3rd and manageable.
Great play by Stewart in the open field.
Yeah, good
minimizing
tackle.
the gain.
Rod Stewart on the tackle. 3rd down.
You're probably thinking everything's 4-down territory at this point for the Mustangs.
Mm-hmm. Well, they don't want to punt. We know that.
Lawrence out to the right. 1st down for the Mustangs, assuming no flag and no fumble. And there is a flag at the very end.
I'm telling you, this guy loves throwing the flag.
That, by the way, there was a lot of airtime under that flag.
He knows First Amendment Sports is here. He understands how to get his face on the screen. Now, they took the pink flag from him, though. He just gets a yellow.
He's only got the yellow flag. It's like he doesn't even care about the calls. But he loves throwing that flag.
That's double-digit penalty flags thrown by this same official.
Blowing up the stats. There's not many refs who can fill up a stat sheet the way this guy.
Get that guy some ice for that elbow.
What? And the referees are pointing in every possible direction.
They seem to be having a great time.
All right, so we're going to count it off. McNamara's going to move up the field. We give the refs a hard time. They're good men, good guys. We actually get a chance to talk to them throughout the season. They check in. You know what? It's cool. The head referee will email me and say, "Hey, thanks a lot. Don't worry about, I'll be like, hey, I tried to keep Ricca at bay," and they'll say, "Hey, we use it for teaching." As the ball goes high in the air. Good coverage by Rob Stewart.
Huge, big-time coverage. The seniors, he showed up to play on Senior Day. That's a fact. This is textbook, guys.
Good play on the ball. This is a perfectly thrown
Look at that.
ball.
He ran the route for him. He understands, like we said. Rob Stewart, he's in the film room, boys.
I believe that was Thomas, the intended receiver. Good shot by McNamara. Better coverage by St. John's. 7:40 to go in the game. Nainoa looking to throw. Climbs the pocket, and he'll be brought down for a sack. Tyreek Boney. The St. John's defense is unrelenting.
And if he doesn't make the shoestring tackle, give an extra effort, there's a whole lot of real estate in front of them.
That is correct. 3rd and long. You got to get yardage here if you're McNamara. You do not want to be in 4th and 13. Quick throw, slant, inside. A gainer, but
Who do you give the tackle to there? There was 5 guys there at the same time.
it'll be 4th down and 9 for the Mustangs.
And I predict a flag will be thrown from the top of the screen. Here it comes.
Fortin in the backfield. Clock moving, coming up on 6 minutes. Miguel to throw. He's going to get pushed out to his right. Turns into a runner, and he will.
It looks like he
It's
got it
close.
right at the sticks.
I tell you,
They're going to move him. That is a first
it's going to
down.
be a first down. Couldn't have been closer. 1st and 10, Mustangs, just outside the red zone. Lugard, short side of the field. Singled up. Well, I think they got a safety up top. And that's going to be Fortin over the right side. And he powering his way forward. He refuses to go down. That's again, it's just an old school looking runner.
2 cadets went for the strip.
Yeah.
And you can't go
And he
for the
almost
ball
lost
against
it.
a running back like this. You got to wrap him up. This guy's a dude.
He almost lost it. Yeah, I think he kind of
right.
lost it right here.
It's true. And you kind of almost expect the ball to pop out now at this point in the game. 1st
Heck
and
of a
goal.
run.
Inside the 10.
Why not?
Fortin's going to go again, and they're going to.
The freshman, 55, playing football today like a veteran.
Josiah and Pofu. And he'll get a breather.
He's earned it.
Ian Ellis, another sophomore defensive lineman. Future is bright. Some would say the future is now, the way these kids are playing.
It's in the WCAC. It's always now.
always
no one
now.
feels bad for your lack of seniors at the line of
That's
scrimmage.
right.
Especially when you're back-to-back champs.
Miguel trying the right side, and it is going to be hard living on the edge.
What a collision between McIntyre and Miguel.
Brayon Williams out there as well. Shocker. 3rd and goal. Ball
From the
sitting
4.
at the 4-yard line.
They've had great success in the red zone today running the quarterback, and this young man's tough as nails. You see him out there, not afraid to collide.
That was a great
I like
read
the call,
by Miguel in the last
Kevin.
play, too.
There it is again. Here it goes. Here he goes, and he's in. Now Noah Miguel with his 2nd running touchdown of the game. Kevin, you called it. And
there's the flag. He
there's
got
the
him.
flag.
It was 2 pumps. I think it was.
It's like the
only
Hingle
allowed one?
McCringleberry of referees.
Are you only allowed one?
Yeah.
He took the extra one?
He did 2.
He did.
You can pump once, but not
He
twice.
paused
Yeah, no.
twice.
Hingle
He
McCringleberry.
Hingle McCringleberried it.
It's real.
It's a thing.
You're not getting over on that official. I'm telling you that right now. They're going to add it on to the
kickoff?
Kick, yes.
Unsportsmanlike.
He definitely.
We need a telestrator to properly perform the
it was-
analysis on this one, but we don't have that.
It was very similar to what Antonio Brown did to us in the home game versus the Steelers about 5-6 years ago.
Interesting that they're not going for
Yeah,
2.
why would you go for 2?
But
This is not. They're not going to. You can't kick it. There's no way you're kicking it. What just?
kick is up and good. 23-14. Makes it a 9-point game with 4.5 minutes to go.
I don't know why.
I don't know why either. I think you would normally go for 2 on that. Give yourself at least a shot for a 1-possession game.
Listen. I think most. The only thing you could say is, hey, if you were not to convert, you wouldn't have the chance to use a field goal at the end. But you need 2 scores. You need 2 touchdowns.
That should have been a 2-point conversion attempt. It's still a 2-possession game with 4:37 on the clock.
And they're going to be giving St. John's decent field position here because of the penalty.
No. Have they waived the penalty? There was the sufficient amount of pumps?
I don't know. He's setting up on the 40. No, they're going to march it back.
They forgot for a second. He's like, wait a minute. I definitely threw a flag in the last play, correct?
I'm pretty sure. It stands to reason I threw a flag.
Well, it was confusing because I thought they were going to go for 2, which is why you would have the assess it on the extra point.
Well, here's that
they decided
actually
not to, and then they still kicked it.
If they could have chosen to enforce the penalty and make them go for 2 farther out,
True,
right?
but still, that's after the fact, because there's no. They can't say, well, if they're going to kick, no, you take it or you don't. You add it on at the end or you don't.
Yep.
Ooh.
Ball sitting on the 25.
Let's watch Dylan Newman run down a kickoff because I know it's going to be fun. Oh, here he comes. We've got
a dead ball. It's going to be offsides on St. John's before the kick. It's going to be a 5 yards.
How is it offsides if the play hasn't started?
It's a super officiated game.
I don't know if I've ever seen that on the receiving team.
Without any can you be offsides before the play? On a kickoff?
Is there a 3-play minimum per flag?
I mean, though, if you bring in the pink flag, you got to throw it. I want to throw it. Squibber up the middle. Tyreek Powell chasing it down. He's going to get it at the 25-yard line, and he'll sit on it there.
Smart.
St. John's will take over at the 26-yard line, 27-yard line. Not a bad result considering McNamara was backed up on the kick. 4.5 to go. St. John's offense can really put this game away on this drive.
Jordan Harrison's replacement, Zach Apple, the sophomore offensive lineman, 6'6", 260, number 57, checking into the game.
Another sophomore, 6'6".
His first WCAC action at right tackle.
Up against 6'7" Adebayo.
Yeah, good luck. When you say I'm going to St. John's, you're going to McNamara, Good Counsel, Gonzaga, DeMatha. This is what you signed up for better or for worse.
Handoff up the middle. Ball is well protected by Dejon Riggs. Get 3 hands on that ball. And a timeout taken by McNamara. Gain of 3.5, 4 yards on the play.
St. John's with no more timeouts left. McNamara with 2. We are 2 hours and 40 minutes into this football game here today, and not that I've noticed. It's also raining.
Raining flags?
It really is. The pinks and yellows is coming from everywhere. Mostly the top portion of the screen.
The email I get this week maybe have a different flavor than the normal one.
Make sure Kev's not parked close to the referees.
I would never say this about email in general, but you can always attach me on that one.
Yeah. Handoff. Going to be a gain of about, a half a yard.
It was interesting, and McNamara knew that St. John's almost was going to run that ball right up the middle. They really packed it in there.
Yeah, Rocco Gilbert, first man on the scene.
They moved Adebayo down inside, brought a linebacker to the outside.
Mustangs choose not to stop the clock with another timeout, and St. John's will let the clock move under 4 minutes to go in this game. Big third down for both these teams. French looking at the play clock, going to let it go all the way down. Dejon Riggs
What a
around the
cut.
left side.
Nice job by the McNamara defense. Dejon Riggs almost made something out of that, but McNamara gets a quick timeout as well, stopping the clock at 3:36.
It'll be 4th down. We'll see what Coach Ward wants to do. 4th and short at 4th and about
You got to punt it.
1, and it will be Avi Patel will be out. Will be treated to the most exciting play
Watch this
in
cut.
high school football.
1, and I mean, now you see him, now you don't.
Ball sitting at the 36-yard line, 35 and a half. The punt team is still on the field for St. John's. I just had this feeling in the back of my head that Pat with every ounce of his being wants to go for it, but you can't. You got to kick this ball. When you bring the kind of defense the Cadets bring on a weekly basis, you're happy to move the ball. Now Dejon Riggs is going to be. Yep. Let's see if McNamara makes an adjustment on this. So he can't call back-to-back timeouts. Last time Riggs was back to punt. He's looking to run. And he'll get the first down for St. John's.
He is a stud.
He fought through just about every Mustang on the field on that play.
Right before that play happened, he leaned over. He was screaming from the field to the sidelines, go for it, go for it. He wanted it bad, and guess what? He might have just done that on his own.
I think he did.
I think he did, too. The rugby punt, fake, scramble.
I mean, why wouldn't you just do it from a regular Wildcat?
Because it's punt team today, brother. It's punt team
It's
chronicles.
punt day. It's punt day.
Listen, man, there's been about what the hell's going on out here?
I don't know. Mustang with hopefully just a cramp there on the right side. Punt Team Chronicles. PTC.
It's been remarkable.
McNamara had him stopped, and except they didn't at all.
Seriously, what are these guys? These St. John's running backs are doing stuff today that just is it holding, playing defense,
Totally bizarre.
throwing the ball, rugby punt, fake stuff. It's
Holding
nuts.
on the
Yeah,
on the extra
exactly.
points. Playing safety and then also linebacker.
Well, they say, you come to St. John's, you turn into a well-rounded man, and that's true on the football field as well. You got to know how to do it all.
Can't tell if that's Zach Betts or not from this far away.
Can't wait to ask Pat if that's exactly how he drew it up.
Oh, yeah. You're going to need a lot of ink for that one. But when you got Dink in the backfield, you trust him, and that senior's earned the right.
Yep.
That is what happened.
Brayon Williams in the backfield. And he'll get the carry. Short gain of about 2. He's 2nd and 8. And the clock working against McNamara now. And I think that was Zach Betts. He got himself right back on the field. Second and 8. French, hands off. Again to, I believe, Brayon. Get a confirmation on that. That was Williams.
Yes. And there's another freshman running back in the game as well, Dejon Tally Rhodes.
Yep.
Quite a freshman class here.
It'll be 3rd and 7.
Final timeout is called.
And all 12 timeouts of the game have been called.
Well, because there's a bunch of meetings that were necessary.
There were some meetings. Can't take them with you, as they say, I guess. 2:07 to go. McNamara looking for a stop. 2-possession game, though.
I don't see Dejan out there for the Cadets.
No, he hasn't been out there on this drive.
Yep. You would think 3rd and 7 would be time for number 3.
Brayon with the handoff up the middle, and he'll be stopped. And that'll bring up 4th down. No gain on the play.
Good sportsmanship out there. I love seeing that. Ben Chandler's out there fighting all day long, both sides of the ball, helping up a big offensive lineman from the St. John's Cadets. The respect factor at this level is real.
Dejan Riggs down on the.
Yeah, he's done for the day.
He's taking his pants off.
Another spot on analysis by Strachan.
Thank you. But he's done. He's done for the day.
Yeah. Well, once you take your pants off, that's you're calling it quits. You can't go back out there at that point. That I'm familiar with.
Begs the question: the last play he had was it a freelance?
No, he's got it back on.
No, yeah,
you.
it's true. It's true.
Nothing gets by T-Bird.
Listening to you.
Pants are back on, everybody. He's wearing pants. Thank you. By the way, great work by the cameraman for not following T's commentary.
Don't come around here not wearing pants. He will out you in a
4th
second.
and 12, pooch
get over
punt.
your
Yes,
bike
you know
shorts.
it's coming. And they had someone back there. Nice job.
We'll get you a number on that.
Hey, Jason Woods going down there saying, put my name in the tackles column.
I believe that was Bryson Shelton, number 18, for the Stangs. And the way that French punts, you might have saved 15 to 25 yards of field position by not letting that hit the ground.
Well, they certainly extended it, so much more at that 1st down. 113. 2-possession game. It's tough.
1st and 10. Nainoa. And he'll be dropped
Tariq Boney reaches out
again.
with one arm. The one-arm sack.
And they got to get back to the line of scrimmage. Wide receivers were way downfield.
Yeah,
they got to
were.
sprint back and get back to it. As now there's 55 seconds to go in the game. Miguel, quick pass, outside. Daquan Thomas, the wide receiver, defensive back, picks up almost all of that lost yardage on the sack. It'll be 3rd and 12. Clock stopped at 50 seconds. Miguel looking to throw.
That's a fumble. That's a well.
It looked like a fumble.
It
Yeah,
looked
it
from
did.
our vantage point, it looked like it threw it backwards. It was quickly called incomplete by the refs to Lawrence Washington. And it'll be 4th and 12 for the Mustangs.
And if you're a senior DB right now, if you're a Rob Stewart out there wearing like that, this ball's going up. And on senior day, you really want to come down with it here.
Last guy
McNamara's
back
final
is
chance.
Brayon Williams.
Look at him playing free safety now.
He's literally played every position. Ball in the air. Brayon Williams with the pass breakup. Number 0, absolutely everywhere.
Oh, and not great hands there.
Ben Chandler.
Not on St. John's. I was talking about the official.
I know.
Yeah, he dropped that one right in front of everybody.
Well, Kevin Carey, working the. He's got the towels out. He's trying his best to dry off those balls.
He's great at it.
Best in the business.
No doubt.
St. John's calling the Neo play. This is it. Nobody's got any timeouts left. Kevin stole all the flags from the refs.
You got 36 seconds left here to see if they can figure out a way to throw one more flag.
I think that's going to do it. And they got a lot of good sportsmanship here.
Yeah.
It was a battle in the trenches.
It really was.
It was.
And
Sloppy game, but hats off to both squads for a physical physical game that was, a lot closer than these two contests have been in the past.
I think McNamara showed just how far they've come today, and it's a long way, and that's a big-time deal for everyone out forward. So, Coach Greg Calhoun, you've done a tremendous job. Keep it going the rest of the year.
McNamara will get Gonzaga next week in Forestville. St. John's will take on the Stags, right? Is that next week for St. John's?
Gonzaga.
No, McNamara's got Gonzaga next week.
McNamara's got Gonzaga.
I'm staying out of this one. You guys are doing great.
We're gonna say St. John's to Matha next week.
St. John's, you are right.
And that'll do it from St. John's College High School on Homecoming Saturday. The Cadets take down the McNamara Mustangs 23-14 on behalf of First Amendment Sports. Kevin Ricca and Tim Strachan. I'm Ken Meringolo. We'll see you soon in the WCAC.